You stand in the center of this room. What are the road wardens and company doing?
Kind of takes a few steps to catch herself. What was that?
I have no
You guys didn't do anything, did you?
exasperated sigh.
Not that time.
No. Did it feel at all like when we were... Did it feel similar into the way we may have felt when we first started seeing the Drakball disappear? Or is this completely foreign?
This was a feeling that you used to get when you played children's games and you tied a blindfold around you and spun you in place before you had to find the orc.
What kind of games
She's
were you playing
gonna-
as a kid?
She's gonna walk.
Find the orc?
Pin the
back
tail in the
toward-
darky versus stabbing an orc. Right.
Sounds about right. She's gonna walk back toward the door we came in.
Mm-hmm.
It closed, right?
It closed, yes.
She's gonna see, like, is there any way to open it? Just gonna kind of peer at the guards standing there.
You're looking at, okay, on the door, there is more Nehekaran script. The soldiers stand as you get close enough, within maybe a foot. They flip their blades up and cross them in front of the door.
Don't
We
try
didn't
anything.
see that coming.
Don't try anything, and don't say what's on the door.
I couldn't if I tried.
You never know.
I have no idea how to pronounce this.
Linear is actually going to take a place kind of back to Carmen to keep an eye on the other side of the room, seeing that shit's starting to waken.
Were they the only ones that did it?
They
The
were
other
the
ones are still standing there?
Only ones that moved. The other ones still stand
All right,
stock
how
still.
About this? How about you stay at this door?
That was good consonants.
How about you stay at this door and the rest of us each take another door? There are 3 other doors, yes?
Right, there was...
Yes, you're standing in a room with 4 doors.
Let's each of us go to another door, not touching the door, not reading the door. Just go there about the same arm's length away
All right.
from it and see if the same
You
thing
want to
happens.
trigger all of... Okay, I guess I don't have a better
Well,
idea.
they're not moving other
Well,
than the spears.
Wait, Linear kind of peers over Carmen's shoulder. Can she kind of read or decipher, since we've been kind of...
Since you had access to that stone, you can
Yeah.
actually start making... Well, you have to roll for it to see how detailed of
Yeah.
a translation you can make.
As I
but-
see her doing this, I'm like, if you tell us what it says, paraphrase it.
That is very fair. I'm probably going to have to paraphrase regardless. I don't think I have such a good handle on
So this
language
is
just yet.
a history check.
Okay, thank you. I was like, what was so... Okay. So a +7. Which
so
is
stuffy in here.
Great, because I just got 7.
So 14.
Yeah.
Okay. As you read through,
Pharaoh's room.
you see hieroglyphs implying worth and worthy, and also the inverse unworthy. Specific word kek, meaning death or weakness. You see other phrases of the unworthy knowing their place, and those who are worthy know not of their true worth. It's very cryptic, and you didn't get a full handle, and you're seeing a lot of script that didn't appear on the original stone, so you're filling the blanks as you go.
There's something about worth, worthy, unworthy. I assume it's some kind of like, if you're worthy, we'll let you through, or not, then you'll probably have some kind of repercussion, if I were to guess, considering your situation.
So
but I
how
don't...
do we prove our worth?
What is the value, what is the metric in which we measure worth? Are we talking about, like, spiritual purity? She looks at Nils. Or are we looking at like the strength of like a warrior? Like I don't know enough about their society to really.
Maybe we are a balanced group. Diverse. I doubt they like diversity, though. I mean, you saw all of those slaves.
Do the doors all have the same exact markings on them?
To you, I mean, you didn't take the time to write down in your journal, and you read
Did you ask that out loud?
You read the
I wrote the
Eltharion down.
Yeah.
You wrote the Eltharion down for your own references. It was Lanira who said specifically that she was writing down.
Did the scratch.
She did the rubbings and everything. So
Daniel
she's
Jackson.
got the Daniel Jackson notebook right now with all of the reference notes.
Did Hildebrand ask out loud or was that in character or out of character?
I was in character asking
Okay.
the DM that for the moment, because we were all going to the doors.
So unless you specifically say to send Nils, he's going to stick with Carmen, and so you're going to go investigate one of the other doors.
At least stand in front of it while she's still in front of that one with the spears crossed. I'm trying to see if the other doors will
Respond
in kind.
Okay. As you make your way to that, which door?
The door directly opposite from.
The door directly opposite from you. Okay. We will call that the eastern door. You came in from the western door. That is the eastern door. As you walk to the eastern door...
Do we have cards? She wants to
I
be a
do have-
cartographer again.
Need to map our quest.
Well,
I-
bitch, get a notebook.
I do have a notebook, but my hands are all sweaty because it's hot.
It is. We thought we would up that immersion level and turn off our AC.
No, it really is hot in here.
Hand those over. These are the good cards.
Thank you.
I went out and got real index
These are
cards.
nice and real and
I was
They
upset.
are real!
I Amazoned those original ones, and I was very upset at the quality of index card. It's some shit card stock. If I want
Yeah.
index cards, I want that shit to
this
cut a
won't
bitch.
be runes by my permanent gamer hands, so that's good.
Listen, I was scarred as a child when the bully would take them and just ride them in between your fucking fingers. I want that level of sharpness on my index cards.
So what shape is the room? Just
It's a square.
A square.
A square. You came in through the west door. And
And
Get
it's the
my
west door that
square.
so far that we know says
That was-
worthy, unworthy.
yes.
Mm.
Now, did you also inspect that door, or did you just walk over?
I'm walking over to it in arms.
The east? No. I'm talking about the western door. Did you inspect it with everybody?
Yes, I was right there.
Okay.
I was looking at it. So I'll go over to the eastern door now.
Okay.
But I'm going to make sure I'm not going right up to it. I'm going about like an arm's length away, about the same she got when the spears went up, or the swords went across. Are they spears or swords?
Spears?
They are curved Kolpesh.
Okay, so they're curved swords. Okay.
Yes. A very unique type of curve. Not just a standard scimitar. It kind of loops back around. It's almost this weird backless axe.
So Hildebrand went to this one?
No, we went to the one across, so the east one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You said within an arm's length?
Yes.
Okay. As you get close, the guards at the door perform the same flipping, spinning guard stance, crossing their blades over the door. And then I'm going to need you to make a dex check.
$17. Dex check with.
Dex save.
Okay, just do a standard dex save.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be a 19 then.
Okay. The blade of the one standing on your right goes horizontal and arcs out and swings at you as it takes a couple of steps forward. Everyone roll initiative.
Okay.
You guys have fun.
It's okay. I always roll shit on initiative.
You can't roll shittier than I did.
Did you roll a 1?
I did. I rolled a natural 1.
That's beautiful.
So I have a 2
In
for
its own
initiative.
way. Okay.
Yeah, it's simple. Listen, we're not rolling these now. We're back to rolling the metal.
Okay. I rolled well. Nils rolled like shit. Let's see.
Okay. Oh, did I?
What'd you do?
No, I printed them all out and I never cut them. Damn it. I have to find the sheets that I printed out of all of the quick reference guides.
The scissors are on my desk.
No, I'm not going to cut them out now. It's an entire fucking book's worth of quick reference.
Oh, that. Okay, now I remember.
I need to find that again. I don't know where I put it. I'm
Where's
just
the
trying
card with
to
all the
find the monster manual because I usually had
The
this
card
shit
with all the
memorized.
info, like what we were at.
Oh.
Because I know you separated it, but I don't know how much mana Nils had.
Take Shardlands away for me, please. Thank you.
I think it should be.
Yeah, just put it to the
out.
side.
It was out on the
Yup.
table.
There we go. Aha!
Is there treasure?
See if I can get that to stay open with that. Can I?
That's on
Can
the
I?
there.
Yes, I can. All right.
Have it.
Stay.
I had it out on the table.
Nope, it didn't. Damn.
And the only thing I have in here
Blast.
is
I don't know then.
Oh, that kind of works.
what?
Got it. Okay. Initiatives.
18.
I mean, I have.
Ooh,
I
what's
spent,
your
like,
dex
half
bonus?
My mana. How much did he?
I don't know how much he spent. That's why I wrote it down.
Yeah, I don't know. The card
Yeah.
was on the table.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He did heal him.
Under
16.
16.
I got a 17.
You got a 17.
Yeah.
Nils?
Nils got a 3.
Lanira?
2.
She was busy reading.
Yeah, absolutely.
Daniel, stop reading!
Oh God!
All right. Da, da, da. Brand. It is your turn.
Maybe under the sheets.
What does Brand do now that he has been jumped by a fucking skeleton?
Is that the only one that is moving?
From what you can see, that is the only one that has taken action.
All right.
Where'd I put the cap?
I will let loose Moon Singer.
Okay. The blade arcs out of its sheath and alights.
It might be on that side.
And that will be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll be a hit. That will be a hit.
And that will be a whopping 5 points of damage.
Oh, feelings.
You swing out, blade bypassing shield, but you land on its the mantle that it's wearing, and you mostly catch its the beadwork and the gold, but you still hear like a crunch as you get into the collarbone. Now, if you're attacking with that, you do have extra attack, don't you?
I have 2 attacks per round, yeah.
Then attack
That's
again.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the upswing. Okay, this time it's a 25 to hit.
Yeah. So the first one comes down and cracks it across the collar, the mantle kind of holding its the damage mostly at bay.
This time, 11.
The next one comes through and separates its jaw from its head, shattering the top part of its cranium and sending bone shards into the wall, and as they clatter to the floor. One down. The other one standing next to the partner, we'll say to this one, leaps forward and takes a swing at Brand. What is Brand's AC?
That would be 16.
That is a miss. Brand, with his rapier in hand, is able to easily redirect the Kopesh strike away. Their bodies still stiff from what you can only assume to be centuries of stagnation in one pose. Another two, the ones by the door that you were inspecting, lunge forward. One attacking Lanira, the other attacking
Impose
Carmen.
disadvantage for hers.
Okay, so
That's my reaction.
disadvantage. Oh, it's a miss. Yeah. And the one against Carmen. What's your AC again?
It is 18.
18, yeah. The two, as they drive forward, Carmen, paying enough attention, knowing that these were the ones that had already moved once, throws her shield out and deflects the shot away that was heading towards Lanira, and then brings it right back to block her own head as another vertical strike comes down, glancing off of her shield.
I yell at Lanira, "Get back!"
Another two from the northern door
The northern door.
charge,
Oh, I should put X's in
and
which
both
one's
attack
dead.
Nils.
Not Nils!
Fuckers.
I'm gonna fuck them up. I just went from cantrip to spell. I was like, no, no.
I'm upgraded.
Yeah.
Is that the ice
Can
cream
chat hear
man?
the ice cream man?
Dude.
What's his AC?
Oh, the ice cream man?
Nils, can you go get
Terrible.
me ice cream?
Oh my god.
16.
16?
He put his headphones
One of
back
them will land a strike. So the two charge in, and Nils, who was very confused as to what the hell was going on, he just heard clattering and the sound of bones rattle before he deflected one shot away, and the other came in, swinging at his head, leaving a simple scar across his cheek. Only does 4 damage.
How dare.
4 damage of a scar.
How dare. He's already got scars.
I know. Yeah, his face is kind of disfigured. Have fun with that next week.
Wow.
Okay.
Another two from the south wall leap forward. One charges Brand to support where the fallen one fell. And one charges at Carmen. Obviously the greater threat in that direction. Wow, these guys suck.
Music to our ears.
Brand in still peak haha form puts an extra flourish on the next strike, spinning his cape, whirling in its face as he deflects the blade from within the cape as though he had just spun and it hit nothing but steel. The other one charges straight forward, swinging for Carmen. Carmen sets herself as if this thing were part of just a training session. It swings in the most predictable manner. She even having a moment to be like, as it simply bats away the strike with her shield. It is now Carmen's turn. There are 3 engaged with you right now, and 2 engaged with Nils and 2 engaged with Brand.
Okay. Gonna yell back at Nils, one at a time, and then she's gonna swing once at one of them, and then swing twice at the next one.
Okay,
So-
first strike on one, second strike on the
Yeah.
other. Oh, gotcha.
So the way I'm doing it is, if all 3 are here, she's gonna do the one to her right and the one in the middle, leaving the one on the left. That's how she's gonna swing. Just
Okay,
for
so the
visual.
one near
How does she
Lanira, the one on the outside, the 2 by the door, essentially,
Yeah.
leaving the one that attacked you from the
Yeah.
other side. Gotcha.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Time to roll. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so one is a 24.
Yeah, that's it.
And the other one is a 15.
That's another hit.
Okay, so now it's time.
Roll damages.
It is time. Okay.
Jellies, of course, they're gonna get smashed easily.
Okay, so against one of them, she's going to do 11 damage. That's the first one.
Okay, roll the next.
Next one is going to be 6 damage.
The first one you swing at, the axe cleaves straight through that mantle, goes wholly into what its rib cage and shatters its spine, and it just folds in half like a house of cards and just clatters to the floor. The next one you spin on, it gets its shield up, but you're actually able to swing into it so hard that the shield smashes into its own side, and you see ribs fly out the other from the force of your impact.
Are they both down?
Would I be putting chips up?
Okay.
One was Nils' turn.
One's down here, at least.
So I instructed Nils to attack one at a time because I don't want us to waste our good shit on what I have deemed to be an unworthy threat. Not worthy of attack. So he's gonna take a swing at, I guess, the one that is closer to the west side. So you said both of the ones on the north wall ran to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna go for the one that's on his left, which is closer to us.
So northwest.
Yes, northwest. Okay, he's going to swing. I wish, I just need like more room in my life.
When we get our new Game Anywhere table,
I
there will
know.
be.
I'm so excited. Playing 2 characters so hard. Okay, Nils. Oh, Nils only rolled a 10.
Aw.
He hurts me. Thanks a lot.
Grand total?
10.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just a 10.
Okay.
Wait, did you say he
I
couldn't?
saw that.
I missed Sass from the
I
shadows.
could use. No, I'm not going to use it. I don't want to.
Oh,
use
his
it.
divine inspiration? No.
Yeah, I don't want to use it. No.
So he.
But he can make a second attack as a bonus action. As a
Yeah,
war
it's true.
priest.
As a
He's
war
gonna
priest, he
he's
can do
gonna
that.
Swing again.
Take his bonus action to swing again.
Just so I know, do I have to declare that first, or could I have
No,
declared it?
your
like
bonus.
Okay.
You just have to, if you use the attack action,
Yeah.
you can then decide as
Okay.
on the bonus action. You'll do that.
All right. There we go. Fuck. Okay, 20, but not natural.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
do it.
Okay, so now Nils takes a second hit.
So he swings, and the skeleton deflects it away.
Yeah.
In a rather, the best way I could describe it is a uniform, like a line fighter. Somebody on the vanguard, the shields at the front of the line, fighting in a hanging guard position, their swords up in front of their heads, their shields just revealing their eyes. And the sword comes down, and the skeleton pulls the sword to the side and deflects it away. But as the greatsword comes down, he sees the slight opening and gives an uppercut swing in response. So he's using it two-handed. Remember to use it.
Yes.
Use its.
Yes, my D12 that I usually never use. Oh, he rolled it. You're such a shit, Nils.
Plus-
Wow, don't talk to
Wow.
Nils like that.
4 damage.
Oh, poor
4
Nils.
damage.
Wow.
Hostility.
Wow.
Hostility is fermenting.
It's because he didn't get me ice cream.
It's because you asked him to get you ice cream in a desert.
Ice cream.
In a moment of what
I need
looked
ice cream.
what looked like delayed realization, the skeleton tries to step back on the second attack, and Nils bisects its rib cage, leaving it now open like a toothy vertical mouth on its chest. Still standing though.
Getting one of those side stitches.
Oh.
Lanira, you have one engaged with you.
Oh, I hate those.
What's the total
Currently-
in the room?
There are 4 left, I believe. Wait. There's 5 left.
5 left. How big is the room? You said it was a square room.
Ish.
But what-ish? Square-ish. I'm sorry. That is very technical. But I was curious, like, the size of the room, how far the skeletons were from me.
The room is about
Making your map even better. Level.
6 yards. So,
Across.
yeah, so like 32 feet.
Okay. Within 15 feet. Could Linear position herself within 15 feet to try and line up a few of the other skeletons within a line of...
In that center point, maybe.
Still staying within range of the one that you're attacking.
Yeah.
You could get the 2 that you could get the 2 that Brand is engaged with because he rotated.
Okay, then yeah. So I'm going to do that and okay, use Burning Hand. So when she just like steps back, there's like that back like sweep
That
of
whoosh
flame.
of fire.
So
Is that a cone or a line?
It's a cone.
Okay.
Burning Hands is a cone?
Yes. As you hold your blah blah blah. Yeah. Each creature within a 15-foot cone must make a dex saving throw.
Ah, okay. You'll get 3. They're close enough. They moved in off the wall. You moved in off the wall. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Does it
Just
require
at
it
the
to
edge.
hit?
No, it's
Nope.
a dex save.
Okay.
They make dex saves.
Even though now I don't have to do anything, even though I'm engaged in melee.
No,
with them.
I shaped
Nope.
it around you. Which
The evoker shaping.
I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe I don't shape it today. I don't know.
They all take maximum damage.
Oh yeah! All right, so I need one more d6 if you
Okay.
would.
I will.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
take my.
Roll well, little d6.
Oh, well.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. Do I add my?
Does
No,
it say
10.
anything?
No, it's just the 10 damage.
10 damage. One of the ones that Brand was fighting evaporates. The other 2 kind of swing their shields sort of into position as they hear the whoosh of the flames coming toward them. But they're both still standing, charred, but standing.
All right, so I've only got 1 on me
You've
now.
only got 1 on you now.
And is
The one that you had wounded, it like just crumbled to dust,
from the fire.
charred dust,
Okay.
ash fluttering in the now swirling wind.
We're in an
All right.
easy bake oven.
Yeah.
this-
Oh, it got
so-
hotter.
So the one I'm
Linear,
so the
why?
one that I did the flourish with the cape with, that one's still
That one's
there.
still standing. Yes.
But it's taken some damage.
Yes.
Okay.
It is now Brand's turn. Another attack.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
23.
That'll hit.
And that'll be 11 points.
This one, as you feel as the flames dissipate around you, literally enveloping you, but you feel no heat other than the residual convection in the air. The flames don't actually lick your skin. And as they evaporate, you see it standing there kind of shaking and still slightly ablaze.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Take that opportunity to step forward and just unceremoniously slash down in the most disrespectful cut. Just poof.
All right.
Its head just kind of comes up for a second. Clack. And then clattering to the ground.
All right, so I have no more facing me.
Nope.
Then I shall go in with my second attack one of the ones attacking Nils. It's I get 2 attacks. It's not a bonus.
Yes, but it's the attack action means you make 2 attacks. You cannot move. You cannot make the attack action, move, and then finish your attack action. You either make the attack
You
action.
can shoot from distance. Second
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah, you can pull out your
Yeah.
pistol and fire. Since now you're unencumbered by being in close combat with somebody, you just whip out a pistol and blam.
All right,
I'll double check it for you later, but I'm fairly sure that's the way it works. So we'll go with that for now, and if I
Okay.
find out otherwise, we'll do it that way.
All right. All right. I'll bring out the repeater.
Okay. The three-barreled flintlock pistol whirls out of his coat, and he takes a shot
I'm going to take a shot at one of the two
Attacking Nils?
attacking Nils.
Okay, the wounded one or the unwounded one?
The wounded one.
Okay.
17.
17? That's a hit.
Ah. Takes a whopping 5 points. I rolled a 1 on a d10. Oh, God. I'm rolling great on my hits, but my damage is like,
Hey, at least it's something. It's better than nothing.
You had a perfect shot lined up. You were going to hit it right at the point where the shoulders meet the spine, and it was just going to shatter it in pieces. But one of them damn exposed ribs deflected the round and deformed it so that you broke the rib at the front. It went through, broke the rib in the back, and took out a chunk of its spine, but it's still standing, although kind of like at a kilter now. Let's see. Their turn. Yes. So 2.
We're all so wiggly with our fingers.
Yeah.
2
I like
attack
wiggling with fingers.
Nils. Nils' AC. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter because I think I hit on both.
A 16?
Yeah. I rolled a natural 16 and a 19, so.
Oh,
you said it
no.
so cheerfully, too.
Nils
Don't hurt him.
is...
He's a good boy.
Even if he
He's
didn't get
also
to ice cream.
extremely frazzled right now.
Aw.
He's out of his element. He's engaged with what he feels like to be by himself. You're not next to him.
He has to grow up.
His defense falters. He gets his sword into the positions that you taught him for defense, but he's not putting them with enough strength to hold them, so the sword's being pressed against his chest. And he takes 13 damage
Nilsy, baby.
as
Is there a chance that the skeleton...
the hooked style of the Kopesh is able to bend around the sword and cut into him on both strikes.
We need to fix that.
Yes.
And
It's problematic. He's getting a little low.
then the last one, the charred one, who just received a lot of fire in the face, takes its swing at Lanira for the fire
well,
that it just
bad.
received.
Okay.
Impose defense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you impose. Carmen goes into a defensive stance nearby and skillfully hip checks Lanira out of the way as the blade digs into the floor.
And I look at him like, Lanira, of all spells you could have cast, really fire?
I don't know ice.
It's so hot!
I'm so sorry.
Carmen's turn now. Speaking of,
Okay.
use that burning rage.
Yeah, oh, no more
Literally.
burning. Come on, guys.
She's gonna take 2 more swings at
Okay.
1 on each that's on her. So I will roll for that.
So there's the one behind you and the one, because one at the door got destroyed.
Yeah, I destroyed
There's
that.
there's a healthy undead skeleton standing on the other side.
And there's also
There's
one
also
that I
the charred
injured.
one. So you're going to attack the charred one and the other one. So a swing forward and a swing back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, one is a 12. The other one is a 23.
Well, the 23 hits.
Yeah.
12 does not.
Well, I'm gonna say the 12 was first, so
So you swing it. That the 12 was for the burn guy.
yeah.
Yeah. So after swinging the sword down, as he's bringing it up to get back into his ready position, he deflects your axe swing away. But you use the momentum from the deflection to come around and swing at the head of the one on the opposite side.
Okay. And that one hits.
Yes.
So I will...
Technically, because both of you impose like the way you're all standing, like the imposing of flanking, you're both technically flanking. Everybody's flanking
It's a
everybody,
very-
so it just washes.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
why
it's
I'm not
weird.
giving out advantage.
It is a
for
weird.
engagement.
She didn't
Yeah.
flunk flank.
Oh,
Ooh.
good. Okay. All right. So it is a 12 damage.
She
I'm
means
not
it.
even gonna put chips up.
Okay.
The swinging blade just you don't catch it at the neck, catch it on the shoulder, and the axe just cleaves through, separating every joint, popping along the way, and you separate it from like the shoulders up, just kind of get crushed and fly and twirl in the air as the rest of the body slams to the floor and shatters into 362 pieces, I think, is the total number of bones in the human's body. I forget.
I used to know.
It was 300 plus, I remember that.
Yeah. So as she does this, she's gonna like glance over and see Nils and be like, Nils, stand firm!
It being Nils' turn,
Yeah,
he's still got 2 on him.
okay.
I hate
Needs
being
to,
last. I
needs
can't
to
help
heal
people.
himself. So, you know what he can do? I don't know, should he heal himself?
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
he's got less than me, and look how much health I have
Yeah,
left.
he's gonna heal himself. Because Nils needs help right
Or
now.
does he have Oh, he's not. He can't do heroism. That requires touching people.
He can touch himself.
Good night, everybody.
Well. Okay. Alright, so he's gonna use Cure Wounds on himself. I'm gonna have him use it at 2nd level. So it'd be 2d8.
2d8 plus his charisma bonus, or just 2d8?
It's plus his spellcasting, so I guess that is charisma?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Sorry, wisdom.
Plus 3, okay.
Agua.
Okay. So he healed himself. That is 8 plus 3 is 11. He gets 11 HP back.
So Nils takes a moment, readjusts his grip on the great sword, takes a deep breath, and releases it. And as his eyes open, you can see a little bit of a wisp of golden divine energy as the bleeding on the cuts slows. You can see his lips kind of muttering a simple prayer to Sigmar as he does so.
He's gonna
As you
learn
do.
today.
As you do.
Taking off the training wheel.
It is Lanira's turn.
Okay, and there's still a remaining one by Nils, correct?
There's 2 on him, and there's 1 on
There's
us.
one that is really messed up.
And the other one's full health?
There's one that is very fucked up.
Yeah.
There's one that is mostly fucked up.
Technical terms here.
Mostly undead.
Yeah, there's basically only there's 3 standing. There's 3 standing. There's the two engaged with Nils, and then there's the one charred one in front of Lanira.
Oh, okay. So Lear's gonna move in a little bit closer so that they are around like 15 feet of her again. I promise it won't be so warm this time, and she smashes her staff down and releases a thunder wave.
Oh. Shoving it back.
Yeah, so that is a Constitution saving throw.
Con save.
Yeah.
On a skeleton.
How healthy are they?
They're all just skin and bones, not even skin.
I mean, it would be 3d8, so this would be.
Oh. Do you need help?
Yeah.
What is your
Oh, maybe I'll find out.
what is your
DC?
DC? 16?
Yeah.
Just made it.
Who made it? Me or them?
They did.
All 3?
No, there's only one in range of her for the
Oh.
thunder wave.
No, I walked forward so that they were.
Then you would be drawing attacks of opportunity. You were engaged with this one.
Okay.
If you wanted to kind of like combat rotate, you might be able to get one other one.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
All right,
like.
okay, I'll give you
Because
one.
it's a cube. It's a 15-foot cube around me. Not
I'll
a
give you
column.
one other. Okay, so the one that was standing next to you saved. The one next to Nils did not.
Okay.
But they all take damage anyway. It's just the one
Half.
that you charred is going
Yeah.
to be half damage.
So it's 8, 9, plus 7. Yeah.
Plus 7?
Yeah, so
Why plus 7?
No, well, it's because it's 3d8.
It's 3d8.
Yeah.
She rotates around, keeping her staff in between her and the skeleton she's engaged with. She exits the defensive range of Carmen before she twirls the staff and slams it to the ground. The thunderous ringing sets all of you into that tinnitus ring as the thunderous kadoom echoes around this very small fucking room.
He shot a firearm in here, which was also quite loud. I don't want to hear bitching.
But yours was way louder.
It was...
The two that were in range just ceased to be like
B.
no. You ever have one of those Christmas toys where you press the bottom and the woodcracker falls apart, and then you let go and then it gets back up?
I know exactly. I have one.
The push puppets.
They're push puppets.
Yeah, they like
You
collapse.
press the button and they go
when you push it up, the string is now not as...
It's a cable.
It's not as...
It's not as taut.
Yes, that's the word. So it collapses. I will bring one over.
I had a ton of them when I was a kid.
Whatever is holding each of their bones together just stops working. And like a shotgun blast, the bones just fly against the walls and clatter to the floor.
So the one that I shot is now...
No, the one that you shot still standing. He was not in range.
Sturdy Steve's got some stuff.
But that was enough damage to... The one that failed just didn't even survive. And the one that did save didn't have enough health to survive half the damage that you did. So it just... And it just... You hear the... You hear what sounds like an aggressive baby's rattle against the walls, mixed in with the recovering ringing in your ears. Bran's turn.
All right, so there's only one left?
There's only one left.
All right, now all of them came off of the doors. There are no more.
There are no more at the doors.
There are no more at the doors.
They all attack.
So the last one that I shot...
Yeah, you could just run up and swing twice at it.
Clean up the mess.
And that would be a 24.
It's a hit. If you're rolling over 20, you can just assume it's a hit.
9 points.
Run up and you see Nils preparing for the next onslaught.
I'll just butt the pommel right through this.
Oh, you want to just do a pommel strike and just knock its head off?
Yeah.
But the hardened metals of the pommel of this sword just crack in, and as you pull your sword back, the skull is like a basket hilt around your hand.
That's fucking metal.
As the rest of it just crumbles to the floor, its head released from its neck.
We should glue it like that.
Yeah.
I'll keep it.
You're gonna keep the skull.
Its jaw slowly.
Oh my god, name it.
I shall dub thee Ivan.
Oh.
The skeletons have been neutralized, and you stand once more in the center of this room.
Now I have a little friend. Sorry.
Ugh, she's just like wiping sweat off and just shoving her armor into her bag.
Well, it's a trifle warm in here.
Need to get to a
You don't look great.
new location. The doors
All right.
not guarded anymore.
Well, let's look at the doors like I was starting to do. I'll go back over to the eastern door.
She's going back to the one that like we came in, the west door.
Okay.
And Is anybody hurt? Badly.
I'm like, not.
Does Nils have anything to say?
Yeah. This is the.
You tell him you've got the hit points.
I
He
heard you.
talks for him.
Yeah. Linnea was kind of like, do you want help taking some of this off? You're gonna get sick.
I guess we're not gonna leave the
We're not going
desert.
to. Well, we
The
can't
cave
get out of here
too.
yet.
We have enough room in the bag if you guys want to take it off.
I
It's
guess.
gonna
Alright,
make this
so
harder on ourselves.
I'll take the elven cloak off.
Okay.
Let's see how this is going.
Yeah, I'll actually help you with this because I know it is actually
Don't-
warm in here.
Don't take off the shoulder piece though. I'm just taking off the
Okay.
furs. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
There's a few.
So speak as you disrobe.
Yes.
I mean, I want to get a good look at the doors and read some more. There's words I don't recognize. Speed learning a dead language
Yeah,
was
look
not
at
necessarily.
a different door and see if
She turns to Nils. Please help her with this.
Okay. Nils. Hey, Nils.
What?
Go help.
I'll figure it out.
Oh, you want help or?
I was gonna say you have a Nils to go help out.
It's true.
I'm just gotta undo the safety. pins.
Lear's gonna go over to, I suppose the east door we haven't. No. The east is where we came. The north door. And see if there's anything along the rims.
Okay.
Even
Examining-
if it's like pictures and stuff. See if you can kind
Examining the door, you see it's the same script on each door.
of. On all the doors have the same script.
Mm-hmm.
It is all right.
Make another history check though. See if you can figure out something else.
Yeah, just the one on the left now.
16.
16?
It's like all the way
Okay.
here. Oh, it's gonna be an issue.
You
Sorry,
see-
I just like touched everyone with my
You
finger.
see a thing about the worthy knowing their place
Yeah.
and going back from whence they came.
Oh, well, that's the first promising bit of thing I've seen all day. Guys, I think we're on the right path. If we keep on going further, I'm sure it's going to be worse, so we should probably rest. But it says something about going back from where we came. If we're worthy, of course. So, assuming that means in combat, because they've proven nothing else to us yet, so if that's the case, we really should rest, hydrate before we go forward.
All right. So if we take a short rest, I'll do the healing song.
Okay.
I don't remember what that does. You've never really used
It
that.
adds an extra. So when you rest,
Yeah.
you can take. You have a number of health dice equal to your level.
Yeah.
That you can spend to heal. For every die that you roll, it's the die plus your Constitution bonus. So
It's an extra D6.
but when he gives you when you guys are resting and he's lightly humming while everyone's kind of adjusting and taking off their heavier gear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm entertaining a pair of cats.
Both of them.
There you go.
Carmen's gonna read her Sigmar.
She's gonna recover the 10.
Oof. Let's see how much hit die do I want to use.
So, you guys are level 6 currently, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 6 D8s for you two, a D10 for you, and you can roll them and just get that health. You can roll as many as you want to use right now. You can save some for later the next time you short rest.
And you also get an extra 6 points.
And
back
you also
as
get an
well
extra
from the-
D6.
Because I just rolled. I just rolled very
D6.
well.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay.
So I get my 4 back that I was down
Okay, let's see. How much?
just from that.
Sorry, pulling out extra dice because I'm
So
like.
up to 6, but you can save them for later.
Okay. Carmen's gonna use 2.
So we get
We're getting 5
an extra
extra
D6 on top of whatever we use.
Maybe
Mhm.
Carmen.
Yes.
will
Oh,
use
no,
No.
he already did.
I did.
Oh,
I rolled the D6. You get an extra 6 points.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna roll 1 then for myself. So which I got 5, so I'm at full health now.
Carmen's good.
Nils?
I used 1. I'm gonna use definitely some for Nils. Doing 1 out of 10. Okay, so Nils needs this much. So he's automatically getting the 6. guess I'll use.
Short rest. Now
Three
I get
for
my
mana?
bardic inspirations back too.
Mhm.
Yes, and my mana, or just the bardic inspirations.
Just the bardic inspirations.
I get back
The
half
only-
my.
Yeah, you can take half your level back
Okay.
as,
Alright, so I'm
as
back to-
arcane rejuvenation.
All right, so I'm back to full bardic inspirations now.
Is
Okie
the door behind us
No, just
still
enough. Okay.
like sealed?
Now I said the door's closed. I never said
Yeah.
sealed. Like
Okay.
So everyone
sealed
got
would
their
imply like something came down and barred the door.
That's fair.
You haven't tested any of the doors to try and open them to see if they were sealed.
Yeah. While we're resting, just kind of idly just gonna see if it opens
The
the door which we came from.
while you're resting, no, you can't do it if you're resting.
Okay, fair.
The
Never
second
mind.
you take an action that would advance anything,
Okay.
you're no longer resting.
And it is, I checked, it is 2 attacks on the attack action. Although it doesn't say anything about the movement as well. Maybe we'll check into that later, I guess.
I'll double check, but I don't think you can break up your attack action. You do the attack action and then you move. I think. Like I said, I will look up Sage Wisdom / Mike Merle's fucking Twitter account to see if it's been errated or clarified.
I will, however, take the time to reload
Pistols.
chamber.
Gotcha.
Since I only have to reload the one chamber. I don't have to reload the whole
Are
thing.
you
Okay.
shaming this die, or did it get lost?
No, this is from the Critical Whip candle.
Oh,
That's what it
that's
was.
what that
yeah.
one die
Did you
was.
not see my Instagram story where I shoved my hand into a burning candle to get a
I
metal
didn't
die?
see that. I
Yeah.
told you to message me when this happened, but
I
this is
sent-
really
I sent a
pretty.
picture of it.
I was wondering about that. I thought you meant that you had made. I'm like, but that's metal. It looks metal.
Yeah, guys, I have a smithy
crap.
outside.
Yeah.
I hide it from you. It's fine.
Such. Wait, where's the? It really is all gone. I can't sniff it anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's hurtful.
It's hurtful that you didn't message her, and it's hurtful that the
I
candle's
did.
gone.
I showed everyone my beautiful die. Damn it.
I'm not special.
My God.
I'm loading up the chat bot now. Sorry the commands haven't been working.
Oops.
Whoops. Sorry.
We were having
the
such
frame
trouble
drops
with
earlier. We didn't want to load up anything superfluous.
yeah, with
just-
with OBS running.
That's why we
Yeah.
don't have our little flickers going across the screen.
Yes, even though it would be well, not really, but more appropriate.
Yeah, with the burning hands just
And
before.
why we don't have our atmospheric sounds.
You would no, ours are the same. Like, I don't have magic circle anymore, so if we keep going further in, I have no way of
Should be up now.
containing our threats. I would need. I didn't use up all the holy water, right? You said it was more of like a shake.
You get a couple of
Uses
doses
out
out of it. Yeah.
Am I able to recast things into the ring, or does that negate the resting? It seems like it would.
What do you mean? Negate the resting?
Like she's saying, while she's resting, can she?
No,
prepare
if
that
you're
spell?
resting,
Yeah.
you are resting for an hour. You are sitting down, you are drinking, you
Like
are
my character,
focusing.
we have a hard time with this rest concept.
This concept.
There are limitations.
Bodies suck.
I know.
I'd like to ascend.
So
Thanks.
Yes.
Alright,
please.
Now-
is everyone completely healed and healthy?
I mean, Nils, you
Seems
took
so.
some pretty bad blow back there. Are you all right?
yeah,
How's his face?
his
Just
face
ask
is
someone.
it's closing up. It's there's a you can see where it's been split, but it's not bleeding. His other wounds aren't bleeding either.
I was really startled by the cattail that smacked against my foot.
He seems like he's back up to good full shape, but he just sits there. He says, I'm physically fine. I feel so bad. I keep letting you all down.
You did fine. It was a good decision to
I-
heal yourself.
I once more needed to be saved.
We all need
I-
to save each other all the time. That's a part of being a team, is
That-
that you look out for
That-
each other.
Remember something. What did you name? What did you give your horse? What was the second name you gave it?
Yawn.
Think about that for a moment. You named him after a man. You're taking the trouble
Do you
of
know
a
where he's
man
going with this?
I don't know. I
of a
wanna see what
man
happens.
who you named your horse's ass after. You're still thinking about his opinions of you. Forget them. They are worthless.
Worthless.
I will keep doing my best, but when we got back to a city or some kind, if you wanted to drop me off
Oh my goodness. Carmen,
at a
please.
temple,
No.
Not only do we have no plans of just dropping you off at some temple, in fact, Carmen mentioned to me that you still need to have your ceremony. And that is something she
Yes.
planned on doing when we are no longer.
Well, in the wood. Well, we're not
Because
here.
we planned
but-
on doing it,
Yes.
right?
Yes. When we are more in our own elements.
We just unfortunately haven't had time.
And also, I feel it is time that you officially joins the Road Wardens. You would have your own pay. You are, after all, doing a Road Warden's work.
I will continue trying to not be a nuisance.
Listen, this is not your normal road warden duties. I may also point out this is not a normal day for any of us. Everything
been
has
very
I
escalated.
have to take this boy to
stressful.
a pub at the next chance of
If
civilization.
only we had that weird alchemy thing.
The mayonnaise jar. I know. I've been thinking about it this entire time. I wish that we had just bought that stupid mayonnaise jar.
I know. The gods are laughing at us.
Yes, they are. The players giving gifts to the DM.
Yeah.
In-game apologies.
We're sorry.
The
we
alchemy
didn't
jug?
take it.
Right. No, I know. But even still, I'm like,
Mayonnaise jar.
I don't like mayonnaise.
It would be pretty cool and probably would moisturize our skin.
That's true, but it would go
smell like a
bad.
salad.
Well, I imagine
I don't
it
want to
isn't-
smell like.
So, are you going to do the go over and push the door you came from?
Yes. Once
Okay.
once we're done resting, just kind of get up, stretch her legs, and see if the way we came from is sealed completely, or
The door, as you press, opens. No resistance, really, other than the weight of the door itself and the friction you would feel from the top and bottom sliding against the stonework. But the door opens, and it leads deeper into the temple.
does it look like where we came from?
No, not at all.
the room spun around and changed doors on us.
That just made our choice all the harder.
We can open every door.
Not at the same time. I have a feeling that would be very, very bad.
The room beyond, a large checkerboard marbled floor.
Oh
That's-
no! Here
It's
it
not
comes.
a chessboard.
oh, a ring too.
Wonder Twin powers.
Activate.
Just the pattern on the floor.
One day we're gonna get our match.
Room is massive, easily 50 feet across and just as wide. Tall columns line the walls and the ceilings vault high above. You can see a bit of the night sky imagery again on the domed roof of this opulent room. Only broken by large golden comets and multiple shimmering silver moons. Benches are placed all around, small low tables beside them. Large braziers sunk into the center of the floor. Brazier, sorry. Read that fast. From what you can see where you are, there's a few desiccated skeletons sitting on the benches in some semi-obscene mockery of life while others stand about as if talking to each other. Almost like a salon. And what you can see beyond as you look straight ahead, a grand, wide, golden staircase leads down. Handrails descending.
Before we go in, Hildebrand, is there any way you can see if this place is trapped? Like before, with that scarab on the floor, the checkered tiles new. Before we go rummaging through the place, I think we should be going further down, but can't hurt to look around.
Is there any way to walk through the room without being on the checkerboard?
No.
So even the checkerboard is to the ends of the walls?
Yes. It's a pattern. It's white and black squares on the floor. It's not. I said
So
I said a checkerboard pattern. I didn't mean to imply that it is literally an arranged checkerboard.
All right. So it's not like there's a border around
No.
it that we
No,
can
no,
walk on. All right.
You can make a simple perception test to see
Yeah.
if you can find anything.
Do the skeletons have any kind of like jewelry?
Good job.
Wow.
Flashing.
Indeed.
Natural 20. Okay. Well, you haven't entered into the room. He's
No.
inspecting the small walkway leading into this room.
I'm going down, like looking across the floor to see if there's any kind of like little tripwires or.
You see to the right side that the right side of the second tile before you enter the room, a little bit higher on the right side. Possibly could be some kind of setting pressure plate.
All right, so this side seems to be a little bit higher. Along the lines of like in the Scarab room where I stepped down and I got stung by the.
Oof. Yeah.
So we can avoid that. That's the only section that I see?
From here, yes, that is the only section you can see.
All right, so we'll avoid that.
Are you moving into the room, or are you...
Can I mage hand trigger it?
Yes, you can.
Or is it only arcane tricksters able to interact with?
No. Okay. Mage Hand specifically with Arcane Tricksters means that they can, like, pickpocket while it's invisible. That lets them do...
Okay.
Like, if you want to just put enough pressure on to, like, maybe put, like, 5 pounds of pressure
Yeah.
onto that thing, you can do that.
I mean, if we don't want to avoid it, we can trigger it from a distance first.
See what happens.
It's a possibility. What do you think?
Well, as long as it's triggered, we might be safer.
And if they wake up, they'll have to funnel through the door to get to us.
So she moves her hand back, and that like oil slick transparent version of her own hand comes forward, and she's gonna try and trigger the pressure plate.
I indicate where it is.
That
Okay.
does help. Yeah.
Well, you can see where her hand is, so you can help guide her while it's out there. As you press down, you hear that grinding of stone, and then you hear a solid click, but it's the sound of taking 2 smooth stones and snapping them against each other. And then that portion of the ceiling slams down, evens out the floor, and rises back up nice and slow.
It's a chomp. Whatever the hell it's called.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. The
I think they're called womps.
I don't
The
know,
ones you're
but
thinking of, they're called womps.
I miss them in
Womps.
Orcs Must Die.
The chomps are the thing with the mouths.
Yes.
Yeah, the womps. You know, yeah.
You hear it trundling back up again.
And I look on the floor.
The floor, you hear the click, but you never see the floor actually reset back into that same position. It's flat and even now.
Try doing it again.
It's cantrip. I'll do it all day. Push the button.
You push where you had placed the
Yeah.
mage hand before. And once again, you put that pressure down, but you don't hear the click and the trundle.
All right.
So we can disarm them.
Was there anything else as we should sweep
Let's
very
walk
carefully
through
when we get
With
in.
the with the 20, would I have noticed anything else? Any other pressure
You
plates?
checked this area. It's a small hallway. There are many rooms. There will be many checks. If you're going to be looking for traps, you're going to roll more than just once.
Well, this is one. How big is this room?
50 by 50, easy.
We may have just reset it in another position of the floor.
So there's other pressure plates you saw?
I didn't see them, but it would.
No. You're confident that there are no more here.
Oh, in this room there are no more. The 20
Yeah.
gave me the expanse of the room.
Not the full 50 by 50, but the area leading up to it, the small hallway.
Okay.
Is now. There's no other traps in that hallway.
Oh, in the hallway. I thought we were in the room.
It was a
itself with the
small
checkerboard.
hallway leading up to that giant room.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should maybe
Okay.
approach a little bit further. Check again.
Oh, baby, come here.
What?
Oh, shrink cat.
Here she is.
If there's one trap, we now safe to say there's going to be more.
We can get through the hallway with no problem.
Okay. Do you want to take the lead since you have the best eye for this, or do we want Carmen?
I'll
do you
stay
want to take
behind
point?
him. I'll be
Alright.
with him.
Okay. So then it's Hildebrand, Carmen,
Lynira Nils.
Lynira Nils.
Okay. Nils bringing up the rear. As you enter in to the room at large, you can count 10. 10, correct? I'm sorry, 12 skeletons arrayed out in their conversations, lounging. One of them is picking through a bowl of, well, there's nothing left in it, so it's picking through a bowl of air. There's one lounging with its hand on its head. There's another
The most dramatic skeleton.
pouring from a large pitcher of nothing into a extended glass by another. And they all sit around this room, and there are 2 benches about 12 feet in. There's 2 benches with a center opening. Then on the outside, there's 2 more benches, but perpendicular. Then on the opposite side, there's another 2 benches parallel to the ones in front of you, making a loose square of benches. In the very center is a singular bench with a brazier in the middle.
Lit or unlit?
I did mention if it was lit or not, I believe.
No, I don't think
You
so.
just said it was a brazier.
Yeah,
in the
you
middle of
just
the
yeah,
room.
you didn't say if it was lit, because I was actually curious about that myself, but I figured we would find out.
It is unlit.
Do not light it on fire.
But if we light it, it might illuminate a way home for us.
That's a long shot. She's looking around at all these people. Or any of them look like they have anything to attack with if they were to
A pitcher and a
awaken?
bowl.
Yeah, if you have a cup, a pitcher, bowl,
I'm not quite as concerned.
the ones having a conversation look like they're wearing scraps of what was probably leather armor. Make perception tests.
It's a +3 chalice.
I'm not exactly.
Perceptive? We know.
Wow, that wasn't what I was gonna say. 15.
Wow, that's actually a very good perception test for
Yeah,
Carmen.
I know.
What
Nice
skeleton?
change of pace.
Yeah.
Oh, you got.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah, you're.
Fuck you.
You are entranced by all the gold and the mosaics, which you realize are actually chipped precious stones in large 10-foot tall arrangements. Ruby, emerald,
And where are those mosaics?
lapis, the walls.
Uh-huh.
You two notice that the leathers of those arranged while having a conversation, they look anachronistic. They look almost imperial. You've seen brigands wearing this kind of armor. What remains of it?
I mean,
I'm not a fan of desecrating. However, it might be wiser to destroy these while they're unanimated.
well, I mean, either they will animate and then we will have to fight them, or you will smash them and then they will feel the threat and animate, or they will have been smashed and can't animate. So I see no problem. If you want to take an axe to them all, I'm just gonna look around.
What do you think?
What? I'm sorry, what?
Pay attention.
Can you check the brazier for traps? I know we haven't really looked at that area particularly, but the way it is a focal point of the room, if they want to make this difficult for us, they would most likely, I would assume, make traps about that area.
All right, I guess I can. I'll go about like 2-3 feet away, and like I'll start like bending down, trying to get as much of a view of it as I can.
So you're stepping like in between the benches in front of you?
Not quite.
Okay.
Just
Make a
just
perception
beyond it.
test.
While he's doing
Much better.
while he's doing that, can Linear go
That
over
would be
to the mosaics?
a unnatural 20.
Ooh,
Okay.
you were rolling fire today.
The bench sits atop two very non-homogeneous stones that look like they could actually be set deeper into the floor rather than sitting on the floor itself. Lanira can make what wall are you going to? Because this is a big room. Are you going to
There's
the walls on the
mosaics
side
everywhere?
where like every wall is
Oh, wow.
covered with depictions of military conquest and people giving alms and you name it, they're genuflecting with it.
She'll probably go to whatever was closest to her left.
Okay. Make a history check.
I forgot where I put that. That was good. A+.
Yeah, so OBS just decided to stop
What?
doing its crap.
Okay.
Oh, I was like, that, you did not
No,
phrase
it
that
stopped
well.
doing its crap.
You did not
Yeah.
phrase that well.
Yes.
No.
You flubbed your phraseology.
Yeah, the drop frames
Rolled a
percentage
one.
is dropping now.
Wow. She only rolled a 10.
You notice that this is intended to be a salon. A place for the Death Scarab's followers and admirers to come and discuss within range of his eternal rest and hearing.
Oh, within range. That was a... Well, I think...
Be in this basically to be
yeah.
in the same place as where he rests, so that he might absorb their knowledge.
And other things.
She's going to detect magic and look at the mosaic and then look around the room really quick.
Okay. The mosaics seem off. As you look at them through Detect Magic, they take on a little bit more of an insidious tone. So those who were kneeling before and offering alms are now kneeling in front of them in terror as it's ripped from their hands as a forced tribute. You see those the noble conquest images of battle are bloody slaughters with a joyous grin on a grand Nehekaran prince's face from the back of his well-adorned chariot. This theme continues throughout the entire room. And looking through the middle, you don't see anything particularly magical other than the faint hint of black magic hanging in the air.
Near the brazier?
Just
in the air around, like a miasma.
The wind, the miasma. It's not really a wind because I'll make an arcana check. Make a knowledge arcane check.
Okay. 8 plus 7. Not that great.
15. Still.
Yeah.
15 is good in this system.
I know, but she can roll so much better. I know she can.
Well, when you roll like shit, you're still average and better than average. So shut up. You know that it's not really a wind because necromancy is the stagnation of the flowing winds of magic.
So it's more like a fog.
Yeah. A dense black fog that as you look through with your magical eyes, your elf eyes, see this pall just kind of hanging in the air.
With her dagger that they had picked up from earlier encounters, she wants to try and take part of the mosaic.
Mm-hmm.
Can I peel it off the wall?
Okay. You find a nice big old purple chunk that was at the head of one of the chariots. And I need you to make a...
You have touched
Wisdom?
forbidden treasure.
Make a wisdom save.
Do I get advantage because I'm in a room with Carmen?
you next to
You
me?
kind of stepped away.
I did step away, that's fair. I rolled a 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay.
You have to be within 10 feet, by the way.
You
Okay.
hear that voice. A dry voice rasping in the back of your mind. Shorva.
I just wanted to hear that.
Shorva.
Do I hear it?
No.
Oh.
Make a history check.
Okay. Oof.
Wow, that 20 really clunks.
Yes. 11.
You know it translates to something along the lines of traitor. Or betrayer. And then you crack off this chunk of stone off the wall.
Okay.
Now, I look from where I was looking and seeing what looks to be pressure plates.
Mm-hmm.
I will look up at the ceiling.
Write down, by the way, that this is in your
Do
inventory.
I see like a crack in the ceiling?
Make another perception test. You're looking, but give it with advantage.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad I got advantage on that one. Because that will be now a 23.
The other would have been in a 14.
You see the thin line of a square, of a rectangle about the size of the bench. Just above it.
Above each bench?
Above the bench by the fire specifically.
The bench by the fire specifically.
The bench by the fire was the one that you saw the odd stonework that it seemed like it was on a platform, but the platform goes into the floor.
And it's only the one bench around the brazier, yes?
There's only one bench around the brazier, and it is to, we shall call it the east.
All right. This bench here will probably get the same outcome as the pressure plate in the hallway.
Okay, so it is riddled with traps. Great. She's kind of making her way back over.
Do I
Now, you
notice
guys
her
haven't
eyes?
really entered rest into the room completely.
Do I-
Okay.
You've been
Do I
pretty
notice
much.
her eyes?
You've seen the observing magic.
Right.
Magic.
I know, but I'm saying I see
You can
that
see
still?
them. They're obvious.
Do you get anything off of the brazier?
No, I didn't see anything. But the paintings were odd. Like a dual nature. This entire place.
Well, they weren't
is-
paintings. It's all mosaic.
Mosaic, sorry. Like a dual nature. This entire place is just stagnant with their magic. But when I looked at the mosaics, it showed almost like a more sinister variant of their situations. But other than that, the room didn't seem to, jump out and punch me with anything else. So might just be a bowl.
Give it a chance. It still might if we're not careful.
Whatever did this, do you think it's capable of doing that? And she's gesturing toward the frozen people. That to us?
Why would you wonder about that?
Concern?
Well, historically speaking, it was Nagash, right, who did this to these lands. Supposedly, no one should be alive or have been active in this place for a very long time. It is cursed. It is not something that people live here or anything.
Why would you think that somebody would still be living here?
Well, we did see the footprints
Right.
when we came in,
figured
so
that.
there is someone here.
Things are moving and...
Well, we know we were following somebody.
Yeah.
We all just figured. Well, the footprints disappeared at that gateway.
Because we couldn't
Yes?
see on stone
Right.
once the sand moved away.
Mhm.
So we just know that the door was open further down. We went in that door after the not Wraith Lords, help me.
The giants.
Shop tea.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying we didn't see the footprints inside the city. We only saw
No.
them leading up to the stone gate.
To the open door, yeah.
Yeah, but there's so much shifting sand that.
Yeah.
Because remember, out of character,
Yeah.
I didn't see and notice the leathers, so I wouldn't know
Yeah.
why you would think that there might be something now going on.
So, I mean, I don't know, but I would say I highly doubt he's just hanging out here. I mean, this place has been forsaken long ago.
Yes. I mean, I just have to feel like there's a reason we're here.
Well, we did decide to investigate
Mm,
a weird sandstorm and
first mistake.
was doing our job.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, unfortunately, I don't think Nagash is something we really be worried about, as terrifying as that entire concept and line of thought would be. If anything, it's the unrestful, betrayed spirits of what were victims to him. If I were to venture a guess from all the pictures on the walls, the writings we've been trying to decipher, I mean, I can't read it well enough to tell you exactly what we're going up against, but we could all venture a guess.
I look up on the ceiling again.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any blood splotches up on the ceiling? Like,
No, not from what you could see.
all right.
Just moons.
And the floor is there dust in it? Is it clean?
From what you can see, there's no definitive difference between the two.
All right. Because I'm trying to see if anybody walked through here recently other than us, but there's no evidence of that.
Yeah. We should continue going further. I think going down is what we need to be doing. If down is up, then obviously, I mean, look at what they're wearing. And she points to the leathers. If anything gives us a little hope we're on the right path to finding our way back to the Empire, I would think.
Should I? All right, I look at the leathers. Well, why do you think that? I look at them. Should I roll to see if I realize what they are, or?
Yeah, you realize what they are.
Isn't that concerning?
If they're, maybe we should go over and check out the armor.
Out of character, stuff's on the front step.
Okay.
I think one of
Well, we're gonna be.
It's a sword.
Okay, we're going to
cool.
be breaking soon.
Continue. What were you saying? Sorry, I was talking out of character about swords. Continue.
Should we take a closer look at the armor, or did you already?
I mean, I was looking at the mosaics. If we want to, I mean, I'm very curious about going further in, but if there's been traps already.
You bring up a very good point. You know, the question is, if these are modern armor pieces, how did they get here? And
Could have been brought here like we were brought here.
yes, that's what I'm wondering. Let's take a closer look at the armor. Is it how?
As you walk forward, you breach the outer
Oh, he's smiling.
perimeter of the benches. The ones that were sitting on the benches and the ones that were serving those sitting around, their heads turn to you. A small light opens in their eyes, and they start speaking. Kershak. Kershak. Kritak. And they start shuddering and moving towards you. I'll allow you to make a history check to see if you can translate those.
It always sounds so
20.
angry.
20.
Yeah, you understand these two phrases. You know, Kershak means,
Do I?
what is this? What's going on? And you know that Kritak means, is this a trick? As they slowly start to shamble towards you, the one that had the wine jug holding it over its head, its body shaking as it moves towards you, and then it finally says, Matik.
Oh, I'm gonna stand in the way. Standing in the
And
way.
we're gonna roll initiative after we take our break.
no!
I have to go get things from the front
Yeah.
I want to see a sword.
Yeah.
porch. We had just initiated combat.
Okay, but before you said initiative, I did say I wanted to step in front of her because it was
I will
coming with
allow
the
that.
crazy
We
thing.
didn't roll initiative yet.
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting in front.
No, I heard that,
Yeah.
but I still wanted to
Okay.
have that
Yeah.
roll.
Wait, you should roll with the critical wit die and see if it makes you
Good
lucky.
job.
See if it's good or bad.
Starting to think the flashing
Doesn't
light makes it
sound like
loaded.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I don't know how trustworthy the balance of something like that would be, because if there's internal mechanisms...
I vouch for Think Geeks dice, and
Oh,
plus,
you vouch for them. Oh, I'm sorry.
The
So
one
you,
who
the
benefits.
mechanical engineer here has fully picked them apart and made sure that they're balanced.
I rolled an 8 with that.
Well, it's new.
I'm done.
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong too, but either
Ooh, I'm
Travis or
done with
Liam
this.
uses a Think Geek die too.
4.
So
I know one of them does.
Carmen got
4?
an 8.
You held up 3,
Yeah.
and you said 4.
So 4. Yeah, 4. Sorry. Listen, I brought
All right.
back more caffeine.
And I
We're
go
gonna
on,
go-
and I go on 23.
Easiest way. I'm gonna start high, so you have a 23.
Will
Okay.
you open this
Yeah.
for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody between 23 and 20? 19 and 10.
A wedge.
Hold on. Nils got a 12.
Use a safety pin?
This is really difficult.
Use the safety pin as a lever.
Squire.
No, it's
Let
fine.
me see. Let me see.
No, I just don't want to break my long ass
Yeah,
nails.
just
Hold
use
on.
it like that.
There we go.
That's how I usually open it with knives that way.
Okay, now it should be enough.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
It's been done.
Did I just have a stroke, or was there light on the outside?
I think you
She
might
That
have
way.
back.
I think I had a stroke. All right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well,
Just a stroke.
somebody was shooting off firecrackers before, and fireworks.
Firecrackers?
Boom, 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 so
So Nils
perhaps
got a
there
12.
might be flashes out there too.
All right. And then we've got.
Ooh, that was thunder.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't a stroke, honey. That's Thor.
Might have been lightning.
Yeah.
He's
Ah.
coming. The old gods are.
10 and under.
I got an 8 because of her shitty die.
I said try it. It's new. You have to warm up to it.
Whoa.
You have
The
not,
whole card just hosted us with 10 viewers. Thank you very much.
You're not attuned to the die.
Yeah, you need to
Hold
spend a
on.
full game worth of attuning.
Fine, I will attune to the die.
It was birthed from flames, okay?
I know it was.
I threw
and
my hand in there. I'm like fucking
So,
Daenerys. I got in there, I
Carmen,
pulled it out.
I'm just
unscathed.
gonna finish this while they gab because I know where everyone else is left. Hey, look at that. Lanira's on the bottom again.
I don't think she minds.
She likes it.
Some days, you know, you want to try things differently now and again.
I know. Well, you know, if it were Carmen and Lanira, you know what would be happening.
I feel like they would have a tussle. Like, I feel like they would probably.
We're being
have, like,
raided?
that. What?
Oh my god, thank you guys.
That's our first raid.
What?
It's our first instance of being raided.
Who
I do
raided?
not
Somebody who
understand.
brings their entire channel over to another channel just to boost and
What
support
channel?
the whole card.
Being raided?
Thank you.
What's the whole card?
It's
channel.
a channel.
Oh,
The
okay.
channel of the whole card is currently
Hello.
raiding the chat
Wait,
and
are they
bragging about
the
it.
New Jersey tabletop
Thank you.
channel?
I think so. We're gonna hunt you guys
'Cause I
down.
think I might have stalked your channel before.
Yeah, I think we did.
Different.
Welcome, all new arrivers. You just showed up in the middle of a really weird combat. So, the slave skeleton with the pot is charging Carmen, who is now protecting Lanira.
Delicate wizard, help
I
me.
can.
It
block
is
a pot.
Brand's. It is Brand's initiative, though.
Ha!
Okay, so you're gonna move in and.
I'm going to move in and attack the one with the pitcher.
Okay.
Wait, they're not. They don't know what's happening. Jilliner is trying to like.
Does that look like it's
Make a
anything but aggressive?
make a final history check to see if you could understand what it said.
Who?
The last part.
Yeah, the last part was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do
It
it.
said- Okay.
It's probably going to be something like "Kill them all."
No, they were confused.
It looked angry.
Oh, natural 20.
We
Plus
will
7
know.
on top of that.
All right.
Yeah.
So the first thing it said was let me make sure I said it. I look at the right one. Was Kelshak,
Let me give it pets.
which was what's going on.
Yeah.
Then it said Kritak, meaning is this a trick? And then it finally said the last thing it said was Ket Matet, which translates to a holy, almost formal challenge, like an unrefutable challenge that must be answered.
So I attack.
Gonna attack us with
Stargateisms
the
right
pot.
now.
7.
Ah.
7 total.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, that's a miss.
Okay, second attack. That would be a unnatural 20.
All right, that'll be a hit. Confused by the jug-wielding skeleton as not really a combatant you're used to seeing.
And that would be 10 points.
Okay. Brand, as I was saying, disconcerted by a jug-wielding skeleton, drives forward and makes a stab, not really remembering that his opponent doesn't have fleshy parts. So he literally just stabs through the empty abdomen, clattering off the spine and ribs before he pulls the blade back and swings laterally, turning the blade sideways to give it the most surface area so as to bludgeon this thing now, cracking into its shoulder, the jug falling out of the one hand, dropping onto its head as it falls to the side and smashes to the floor.
And it's just serves you right.
Did Linares say the translation out loud?
No.
No,
She
I
had not.
tried saying
She just said that
didn't-
they don't know. They
I assume I couldn't say a lot because it wasn't necessarily my turn, so I was just trying to give it a rough, interjection.
So, what were they saying?
I think they had no idea what was going on. They were asking if it was a trick, and then they were countering with some kind of challenge.
Well, I would say challenge accepted then.
two more drive forward. You're in the middle of combat. You're not having a full conversation.
I brace for impact.
For pot impact.
Here they go.
Pot pack.
You brace for impact, not expecting what comes at your way. You are hit with a natural 20 with a chalice to the head as it flies from one of the other side benches. They're armed with what they have on them, and I just rolled a 20.
I was joking about the +3 chalice.
Well,
Fate heard your cry.
My shield was a
wow.
bastard.
It caught you in the temple.
In the temple. That's where she threw it.
Because the chalice...
Oh my god.
Wait,
How much damage?
You got killed.
How much damage does
I
a
did not
challenge
get
do?
killed.
The mummy
11
Death save.
damage
Do a death save.
from a chucked chalice.
to the head.
Okay.
A natural 20 improvised weapon.
Fine.
In that card.
You hear you hear
Boom.
and it just flies over her head, clatters to the floor. You see the dent and the trickle of blood, and you see colors and your vision
You see white
blurs for a couple of seconds as you try and recover your senses. The other one, but you're able to bring your senses back together as the other one comes swinging in with a bowl, and you deflect.
Not again.
You deflect the bowl with your shield, bashing it to the side. The bowl shattering in its hand, so it now only carries a hooked clay shard
Well, that's more dangerous.
in its
hurt me with
fist.
that.
Yeah.
You'll get a nasty bruise.
This is an insult. Nils,
It is Nil's turn.
ends
You
them.
know, I've been in tavern fights.
So what is the young squire doing? They
undead.
have for those who just joined us, they have a young squire named Nils that has sworn himself to the paladin. So what is the young cleric of Sigmar gonna do? Turn undead. Oh.
It's time. And also, I justify it because
What's
we're
the
overwhelmed and
range
he
of
was
turn
scared.
undead? Double check that for me.
30 feet.
30
Anyone
feet.
that can, each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails,
Wow.
yeah.
All right, so there's
also
5 that aren't
It also
going to be
depends
hit.
on their hit points. Too.
I have to
They're
roll
either-
6d20 right
Oh my
now. That's how
God.
many people. That's how many of these undead
they're
were in
either-
range.
Because they're based
does
on
he
hit-
have his destroy undead feature? Because it says level 5, but I know you said he didn't have certain
No.
things
He
yet.
does have the destroy undead feature.
Okay.
The thing that he has is because he is emotionally stunted and currently
Yeah,
unsure of
okay.
himself. He won't cast anything above level 2.
Okay.
That's the only
So-
real.
So he'd be able to do the destroy because it's not a spell, is it?
All right, so
feature.
3 of them save. 2 of them. No. 2 of them save. 3 of them do not.
Okay. How does this work exactly? It says a challenge rating of half or lower, they would be automatically destroyed.
They are 1/4, so 3 of them evaporate before Sigmar's might. The searing light. He holds the sword up above his head and screams out a damnation in the old tongue that ends in Sigmar.
So proud.
Well, I call out. Well,
I believe
lad.
it's called the pseudo-Latin of the Warhammer universe is called classical. So he screams out in classical, like something you would hear in a
Beethoven.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
Screams out something that you would hear in a classroom, an ecclesiastical classroom, and three of them just are hit with a wave of divine energy as they shatter and break before his holiness. What happens to the other two?
Good job, Nils.
Because if they save, is just unaffect them, is the question. They haven't been doing turn undead much, so that's why we are unfamiliar with it at the moment.
I don't think anything happens.
Let me see.
I am schwitzing right now. Okay.
Well, it's because we're in a desert. Come on, it's called immersion. Jesus.
Oh!
Sigmar.
If the creature fails, it's save throw a turn. Okay, so only if it fails.
Yeah, I think because it saved, like, they're fine.
When an undead fails, it's saving. Yeah, those three just evaporated. The other two shield themselves with their random salon items and accoutrement, and you hear a dry weeping, a rasping cry and sob coming from them as they surge forward. It's Carmen's turn. There's one behind you and one to your right that still survives.
She's gonna charge to the one toward the right to attack it. She's gonna meet it. As long as she's not going on that bench that he said was a pressure plate. Yeah, so she's running to meet the one on the right to hit it. So I guess because they're both like in different range, like I would have to use my 2 attacks on that one.
Okay.
So I will. Assuming it doesn't die on the first hit. Okay, so one is a 25 and the other is an 18.
Yeah, they both hit.
Okay, so now... First hit does... Wrong sheet. First hit does 6 damage. Second hit does 9 damage.
This one had an actual threatening item in its hand. It's like a stoking fire poker. Cool, completely. Not currently hot.
Still scary
and
to people
smoldering.
who aren't skeletons.
You had how much damage to your head from a cup?
Yeah.
You
mad.
you lift Tall's Wrath and swing down Tall's Fang, sorry. That's right, he's a beastie. He's the god of the wild. It holds up the poker to try and defend, and you just hack it in half as the first cut is slowed by that swing, by that block. It's slowed and you only catch half of its ribs, but as you swing across, no longer able to defend itself, you're able to just shatter it asunder as its remnants clatter to the floor. That was your turn. So the other set of skeletons, 5 more skeletons on the other side of the room, the ones wearing the armor,
I was just going to ask if
start
they were
surging
going.
in your direction. They don't. They're able. 2 of them are able to get into combat range of Carmen. One of them is able to get into. The others are just outside of combat range with you, but they're moving in your direction. Lanira's turn.
There's she was with Carmen, roughly.
Well, Carmen left you.
She left me. Yes, she left me.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
You know what?
Is there?
You know what? Did you have a jug? Like, what was it? A cup?
It was a cup.
Cup
chalice.
chalice cracked against your head? No, you did not.
It wasn't the wooden one.
No.
it was a shiny one.
Ooh. So is there one near me, or are they mostly on the other side of the room?
There's
forward?
one kind of behind you, actually, because you turned left to be addressed by the jug.
Yes.
There's one behind you now.
All right. Within what range?
You are within, I'd say, about 15 feet of it.
Okay. Fuck it, let's see. She's gonna like whip her hand back and have that ghostly second hand come forward and try and just grab it by the face.
Oh.
With also that gives it extra thing because it's undead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
She'll touch.
If I hit.
Roll to hit.
12 plus my attack bonus.
Which is 7.
8.
Which
My
is
attack,
8?
Which is 8 because of the item.
Right. You have that ring.
Yeah.
So yeah, an unnatural 20 is a hit.
Yeah. Okay. So, my friend, what would they do?
Get off your phone.
It's checking something. It's checking a folder.
No phones.
2d8.
Shakes finger disapprovingly.
Bad.
Yeah. Public shaming across
I was
countries.
checking. I was looking through my other D&D books, which I only have in PDF format.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage to your face.
The hand goes over and grips it by the collar and face, and grips in under its rib cage, and in a flash frost, its upper body becomes coated in a preternaturally quick hoarfrost, and then the hand just squeezes, and it shatters into now melting pieces on the floor.
Oh, now there's ice for the cup.
And that was a goddamn cantrip.
I forget that I'm finally remembering that they scale. I used to
Yes. You
not
did
add
use
only things.
cantrips because you like, oh, why would I want to do 1d8?
Yeah.
No, you do 2d8 now, I think, with that thing.
Yeah. Plus, if it had survived, it would have had disadvantage.
Yeah, on any attack
Which
it
is
makes.
pretty sweet.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do anything else? You have a bonus action and a movement.
Would she be able to piece together in Nehakaran or try to butcher the language to say we weren't responsible? Like,
It wasn't us.
or yeah, like it
something.
wasn't us.
Something very simple.
Something very simple to express that kind of sentiment. Because we had that stone, but I understand that it isn't a language that she speaks.
Okay, yeah. Make a
This could be very bad.
make a history check.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Oh, thanks. Well, I mean, I do get a 7 bonus of 7 to these rolls, which is great because I rolled a 2. Damn it!
Oh no.
That would be a 9.
This is gonna
Yeah.
not help us.
No, not at all. I think I might
You should've
insult their
rolled
mother.
this
I
one.
should have. Well, you were tuning to it. We can't dual tune.
See, you would have gotten that.
No,
No,
you would
you
have
would've
gotten that. Thank you. Backing my ass up. No. Damn it.
You think you got something right,
Mm.
and
They look at you like, what the hell?
Listen, I'm trying to speed learn a dead ass language, guys.
you say
American.
Korushnal.
Kurushnal?
Korushnal.
Okay.
What does she think it means?
What do I think?
You think it means exactly what you think it means.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to like well, she's obviously holding a stick. She just murderized somebody, but with a hand, like. And she's slowly
really
backing
figured
towards
it out.
Carmen.
Anna means
Brand
Oh.
Yeah.
makes his turn next.
Alright, so
Lanira
they're-
attempts
You're so
for what
tiny
she
in there.
believes to be
So
some
they're
kind of
coming-
warning.
alright, so they didn't seem forestalled by her.
Not at all.
pronouncement.
If anything, they kind of tilt their heads a little bit to the side as they continue to advance. But they seem to be doing it again. It's the shuddering reluctance that keeps passing through as they march forward to attack.
Right.
All right, so you're gonna move and attack the next one.
Yes.
Don't just say whoosh, actually say what the fuck you're doing.
All right. So that would be a 19 to hit.
That'll be a hit.
And that will be 11 points to that one.
Since you didn't say which one you were going to attack, I'm just going to assume I'm gonna pick one, whichever
Alright.
one.
Fair
So you run off to the, we'll say, north flank, and you're able to cut in and shatter a bunch of ribs of one of them, but it's still standing, kind of wobbling.
Is this one in leather armor?
No.
All right. All right, I'll take my second attack on the same one then. 13 to hit.
To hit.
And that will be 9 points.
This one, the first cut came up and across the rib cage. The second cut comes across the pelvic bone and actually bounces into the pelvic bone and deflects up and separates its spinal column from its pelvis, and it kind of bounces up into the air before tumbling down into a mess on the floor. You're currently by the north bench.
All right.
So the two that are within combat range of Carmen.
I make sure both of them know, because I already said to Lanera, but I make sure Yellowwood and Carmen stay away from the eastern bench.
There's several eastern benches.
Well,
Just
the one
saying.
around the. Are we near the brazier or no?
Carmen is the only one near the brazier.
You're like, I don't want to bull scare me. Household appliances are scary to Carmen.
One misses, and the other crits. One of the armored ones pulls out an iron truncheon, a metal wrapped bat, essentially.
Oh god.
Simple club, and wails and swings away at you.
She's gonna try to protect her head above everything else. Even if it's
apparently
at
that-
the expense of her body.
That helped, but he wasn't swinging at your head.
She's
Hit you in the
paranoid.
left shoulder.
Not again.
You lift the shield up,
Yeah.
and you end up doing what's called tabling your shield. You make it
Oh.
horizontal, and he sneaks it in underneath, and he's able, and the skeleton lands a solid blow on your side, on your left side.
Your cursed side.
There.
It's where people swing from.
Yeah.
That's where people swing from.
this
That's
is
naturally.
the
Let me tell
side
you.
that I got.
Let me tell you, as somebody who has been in many a reenactment fight, the left side gets the most attacks.
Yeah.
And you take only 5 damage then.
Oh,
Oh, that's
okay.
not bad. The cup did a lot more damage.
That's after I rolled
Cup-
crit.
Well, I protected my head this time.
2 more. You hear the taut stretch of sinew as 2 more leather-wearing skeletons draw bows and loose arrows at Carmen.
Oh my god.
1 hits with the crit.
Wow.
In the left shoulder. Message for you.
I've not been rolling criticals like this throughout the
Yeah.
whole fucking show, but now
Yeah.
apparently
Throughout the game.
throughout the whole game,
friggin'
23 episodes. This is the
skeletons!
most crits I've been
You know
rolling.
what? But it's like, at least it's skeletons. It could be a lot worse.
And it does
You had to say that.
11 damage
Don't challenge
as
the DM.
as an arrow
Oh my god.
finds the chain portion between
No.
between your tacit and your belt. And it cuts in just above the hip bone and sticks there, being a reminder until it's removed. It is Nils' turn. What is Nils doing?
Neil.
What is the Nils doing?
She said stop.
You want to summon that Nils?
No, let's not.
No.
No, he's
No.
working through this.
Right.
Okay, we're
Road,
trying.
it's Road Rage Nils.
He's gonna come help Carmen. Yeah, of course he would.
Well, she's the most attacked right now.
Yes.
She's feeling the most attacked.
Yes. Everything.
Triggered.
So he runs up.
To bats, to arrows. Oh
So he
my.
can spend his movement to get there to attack,
Yes.
and he can take his attack action, and then if you want, you can have the bonus action do the
Yeah.
extra attack.
Okay, he's gonna attack one of the armor. There's two of them are actually on her, right?
Yes, there
Okay.
are two, and they're both wielding. One of them actually has a spiked club. The other
Okay,
is just
he's
iron
gonna
shot.
attack the one with the spiked club.
Okay.
With his actions. Okay, let's see. What is this?
I love my organized book.
I like it too. Reminds me
Very
when I
happy.
organized my Pokemon cards as a kid. Okay.
As a kid.
As a kid. Alright. So one is a 16
That's a hit.
and one is a 15.
That's a hit. Barely, but a hit.
Very good. Okay, so now
Armored skeletons have different stats than
Yeah,
non-armored
yeah.
skeletons.
As I was going to say, because I hit with the 13 before,
Yeah.
they weren't armored.
concerns. Okay, so okay, so one takes one swing is 8, the other swing is 7.
Grand total damage.
15.
Oh, I'm saying I was making sure that those weren't die numbers.
Yes.
That was
Yes,
strength
I
bonus added in.
Yeah.
He drives the bastard sword through the armor and into its chest cavity. And just before he pulls it upward, shattering its upper torso, you can hear, as does Nils, it say, "Thank you," as it shatters into pieces.
So thank you in common.
In
whatever.
Reichspiel.
Reichspiel.
In Reichspiel, it said thank you. With a particularly Reichland accent.
In other words, modern.
Kill them all.
Oh, baby, come here.
I mean, that's generally what we were doing.
Oh, baby.
This one just said thank you
Oh, crap.
What's the matter?
for killing it.
Is she stuck?
Yes.
Oh. What's stuck?
Do you want me to unmic?
Gotcha. It's okay. I got you.
Aww.
I'm so
She needs love.
I'm so sorry, baby. Okay, you're embarrassed. Okay, you're embarrassed.
Aw.
I
She
didn't
got
do
caught
anything.
bad.
Oh, now
She never
she's
gets
gotta
caught
lick
that long.
herself in
Yeah.
anger. Yeah.
No, I heard that.
She never gets caught that bad.
Oh, she made the sad meow.
Yeah. All right.
Like this one just said thank you for killing it.
It's Carmen's turn. now.
Yeah. Now Carmen.
So you have one engaged with you in melee.
Okay, she's going to attack that one now. Now she feels better that they want to die.
She's just gonna let them.
I will be happy to oblige
I will
you.
oblige
I will
you.
oblige. She's taking 2 swings.
Listen, when I put magic missile into the brain of someone who asked me to kill him, you gave me a lot of shit.
These attacked us. He was lying in a hospital
But
bed.
they want you to kill him.
Roll the attacks.
They're having this conversation again. All right, this one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You
Is-
boy with the sword.
14.
14 and
Yeah, and this one is 17.
the 14 misses as it scrapes off of as a studded portion of the leather.
Ah, so one had studded leather?
No, they all had studded leather. They were just kind of scrappy looking. They kind of hang on the bones, but as she's closer, she can see the studding.
You're making this difficult.
One hits.
Okay, I'll roll that damage. Yep. 8 total.
8 total.
Yeah.
Put this up here for you. I haven't had to put anything up there because you've been wiping them out in one turn so far. It deflects the first shot as it scrapes off its armor, and the second one lands in crunching through its armor, this time with a more solid blow, and you can hear the bones cracking inside. You can even see some of them tumbling out of the armor and clattering to the floor. As he says, "I'm sorry." And... oh, well, you wiped all those out. All right, it's Lanira's turn. There are currently 5 left.
Two of them have bows.
2 of them have bows.
That hurt.
At what distance?
They're at like 30 feet. The bows are at 30 feet.
Aw.
You can move before you take your action, too.
That's fair. So she's going to just run up to get them within that 15 feet and try and sidestep to get them in a cone line.
You don't need to be in a line. You can cone, and it can be the...
okay.
The spread is just as long as the distance.
I wasn't sure if it was just as...
No. It's the way cones work in D&D is that the end of the cone is just as long as the distance traveled from your hand to the end. So when you're thinking of trying to catch them in a line, it's not like a thin cone like a breath weapon in Warhammer. It's actually more of a big, huge triangle of death.
Okay, death triangles. She unleashes her death triangle. No, so she does that step back again, and like that blaze of blue flame, is gonna go
when we
forward.
get the bigger table, maybe we'll be able to put the figures out that have the...
oh, and I get a whole bunch of new figures.
Oh, he got a lot of minis in. I don't think we're ever going to be able to paint them all.
Do you have the templates for the effects?
I have my Warhammer templates.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. So dex saving throws.
Dex saving throws for 2 of them.
Yes.
The 2 archers. Skeleton archers. No one ever had a problem with those. She they both fail.
Good.
5 and a 6.
Ends them. Do you need more?
And did it with that?
No,
well, no,
I
she's got a
don't cancel
boomstick.
She is a boomstick.
Ooh,
It is a
okay.
boomstick.
So 5, 10, 16 damage.
Jeez. 3d8 with the...
6.
It's a level... what is that, a level 2?
Level 1.
It's a level 1 spell.
Yeah, it's 6 d6s.
Which spell was that?
Burning Hands.
Burning Hands is 66?
3.
3d6,
3d6.
Sorry.
What did I say about heat?
Bring in the heat.
Yeah.
Flames engulf the room, a portion of the room once more, as a spread of blue flame extends from Lanira's fingertips and scorches the 2 archers, and you can hear the drying snap of their bows and the twang as the taut sinew of their bowstrings snap under pressure, and their charred remains fall ashes to the floor. Bran's turn. There is currently... there's 2 left. One is advancing on Carmen. One is currently engaged with Carmen.
Ooh, we're hot property.
I know.
Which is the one which seems more damaged? The one engaged with her, or the one?
The one engaged with her. She's hit him. She's hit that one once.
Yeah.
I'll go and try to attack that one. Once. So since I'm am I flanking?
Are you attacking from range or melee? You're charging in.
I'm charging and attacking.
Yeah, I'll give you a flank on that one because
Alright,
there's no other skeletons in range, so it's the 2 of you just.
Okay, so that's advantage.
Yes.
You need it.
Yes, I needed the advantage that time. That would be a 16.
A 16. That'll do.
And that'll be 7 more points.
It shatters into pieces. You hear his solid heels clicking on the marble floor. He comes up and cuts it in two with a nice, clean, horizontal swipe.
Okay. The second attack does that count as a flank too, or?
It's not in range with you're not. It's I said one was engaged, the other was not.
Oh, okay.
So it's still out of range for you.
All right. So I took that one off of her at least.
Mhm.
Now that wasn't. Now that one was the damaged one. Or
Yes.
The undamaged one. Okay.
The undamaged one that hadn't gotten there yet is still coming
The
in.
one in the distance hasn't been touched.
The one in the distance now charges at Brand.
Disadvantage. I'll protect you
I'm right up there
with
then.
my bruised head.
It charges forward, and this one wearing armor as well looks to you and says, "Me as well." Oh dear. You're lucky. I had to roll with disadvantage
You're welcome.
because I rolled a crit.
Oh, what is with you tonight?
It's
Jesus.
okay.
And it's an elder sign too.
Ooh.
But I rolled a 14 on the other die, so you still get hit.
Thank
I have a
God they're
16.
pleased with you.
Yeah, it gets an attack bonus. So it's going to hit a 16.
It's okay. I stopped
Okay.
you from the worst fate.
You take 4 damage. Yeah, these guys have been doing a lot of damage, more than they normally do because of all the crits.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it because it makes it so that these skeletons, which aren't like the craziest things we've ever faced, feel more.
The blade was coming
Alright.
right for your nose, looking to cleave your head in two. Carmen's wherewithal, though, elbows you and turns you slightly to one side, and the blade comes in and catches a piece of your more armored body and does enough to leave that deep bruise. And you feel the impact transferred, but nothing gets cut through.
Okay.
Nils' turn. The final skeleton currently engaged with Bran.
Nils is gonna run up, try and hit it.
Okay.
Advantage.
Yes, he would have advantage.
Yes, because he is now flanking.
Oh wow, not rolling well.
That's a natural 1.
No, it's
The
a 7.
7?
It's a natural 7.
Okay.
But I think it's only a 9 total because he only
9?
gets a +2. Yeah, but he can swing twice, so
Both have advantage.
yeah. Okay. Swing twice. Swing second time. Okay,
Ooh.
better. So 18.
Plus.
Just 18.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
I added the plus. Yeah. 18. I'm memorizing stats for 2 characters now.
That was my first time playing D&D, by the way.
Comes
We had
over.
to do 2 characters at once.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
He runs in,
You don't have to roll for damage, I guess.
hoists the blade up, swings it down, and in his inexperience, he swung a little too early and takes a chunk out of the floor. But then, turning the blade sideways to give the largest surface area for a kind of bludgeon strike, he uppercuts with the bastard sword and lands cleanly. How much damage?
Just 6.
6 damage? That was
Yeah.
already rather hurt. He uppercuts the pieces of this thing into the ceiling. They bounce off the tapestry, the mosaic of the night sky, and rain down, clattering to the floor. One of them landing on the bench. The bench depresses, and you hear a click again. And the ceiling just above the bench cracks.
Where I thought it would.
Gonna take a dexterity check from Carmen and Brand.
Well, we were right by that bench?
We were close enough that I want to see
Okay.
what happens.
I give you the
Phrasing.
That's
it's a
my-
save. It's a save, right?
It's a save, yes.
Okay, so you
So
get
you can
my
transfer the
bonus.
+2.
You get a +2. Good
That
God.
paladin +2 of I'm your friend.
I'm your friend. Have bonuses.
Don't die. I need you alive.
That's Annie.
Unnatural
There you go.
You're
20.
better. You're better alive.
Unnatural 20 altogether.
Oh, here
Okay.
we go. Oh God.
You got this.
Okay.
You got this. It's not a cup. You got
No.
this.
It's not a cup.
It's not your arch nemesis. The chalice.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Okay, so I rolled it's a 5 total. Wait, yeah, 5 total.
You rolled a 1?
No, I rolled a
3.
3 and
A
I added
3.
my 2. I don't have a dex bonus.
You're thrown prone as the impact of the giant, poorly carved stone foot crushes the bench and remains dust and pebbles flying everywhere.
She wasn't crushed under the foot, she was just thrown.
No, I just wanted to see what you guys. You were close enough that it would make you go,
Okay.
ha! And I just wanted to see if one of you fell on
Oh,
your ass.
okay.
So you fell on your ass.
I fell on that.
Like I said, I just wanted to see what happened.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Sometimes they make you roll things that aren't going to kill you.
That throws us off, I will say.
It's my plan.
Good moves. Good moves.
No more skeletons remain,
Kind of pulls herself up.
and the dust begins to settle from the triggered trap.
Next time we kill them before they move.
I think it's fair now. We can assume that anything that looks like it was once alive, we should disassemble.
One of them said to me too, after I killed the other one.
One said thank you to me as I killed it. Well, actually, it was
But-
Nils who landed the final
the
blow.
thing
It's okay, you
It
can take
spoke-
the credit.
It spoke to me.
No,
but
you
the thing
did
is,
a
it
good
spoke to me
job.
it spoke to me in Reichspiel.
Yes.
I mean, it was wearing.
Well, look at their armor.
Yeah.
These.
You can pick up their armor. The bones are just kind of scattered, and their
Okay.
armor is still like you can.
Pick it up.
Is there-
Shake off the bones.
Is there still ice on the floor?
No. I don't know. There was this giant flash of heat that happened in the room. It might have melted all remaining ice. Just saying.
Thank you.
So,
No, thank you. So is everyone okay? I'm. Pride aside, you took a
You took
fine tavern wound to the head.
Speaking as a veteran of tavern battles, that was a good shot you took.
She's gonna rub her head and heal herself. I'm gonna use 20 points of my
I go and
lay
retrieve.
on hands.
I go and retrieve the chalice that was hurled at her.
it is a dented copper chalice.
Keep that.
What?
I want it.
Why are we gonna carry that around?
You said you had so much room in your bag.
For your sweat-covered
Listen!
barb.
Very simple. No gilding. Smooth metal. Hammered
That's-
though.
I'll attach to one of
So you want to be
my
forever
belt clip.
reminded?
Yes.
I have a dented copper
Well, we can
chalice.
patch your pauldron with it later.
Not all scars are physical. I want to keep that chalice.
Okay. Kind of put some
I've
hands
got
up.
It. It's all right.
It's very hot. We've been through a lot today. If keeping that chalice is what you want, it's not the end of the world. Hildebrand, I'll put it in the bag if you want.
All right. Take it off the belt and hand it.
Thank
It didn't have your name on it, by the way.
Well, if it did, it would have been impressed right here.
It will.
All right. Well, that trap went off. There was nothing else in here?
Nothing else that I was able to find up to this
Alright.
point. That was that one I knew. I knew something was going to happen from that bench being depressed.
Yes.
Well, we found out what happens.
Yes, a large python-esque foot just crushes the bench, and it's not going away. It's just staying there.
So, now that all these skeletons are dead,
Again.
the brazier.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Make perception tests.
16.
6.
Back to normal.
Yeah.
8.
Well, I have a headache.
You notice there's hieroglyphs on the foot.
There's hieroglyphs on the foot.
Mm-hmm. Along the arch.
Lanera, do you have any idea what that says? There's something written on the foot.
She like goes over and just kind of
Make a history check.
8.
You know that this is called
I'm not rolling with this one anymore.
the heel of Hramet. And it is meant for those who defy. It's one of those multiple meaning words. It could mean law, it could mean order, it could mean custom, something along those lines. We're not exactly sure what the context is.
Yeah.
This basically, if you break their law, you get stepped on.
Law or the natural order, or I don't really know. I'm trying here. I don't know, but I'm gonna go check out the brazier.
Maybe we're here to put them out of their misery.
As you go and inspect, what are you doing when you go up to it?
Since it didn't resonate with any of the winds of magic, she's kind of just looking around the pedestal that's on and not really kerfuffling with it, but looking to see again, obviously, if there's anything to interpret or
Make a
any more
perception
writings.
test.
Not with that one, I'm not. Okay, sorry. Being
Use this
superstitious.
one.
No, I'm gonna use this one. Don't tell me what to use.
Okay.
Okay.
Your attuning with it will mess that up.
9.
9.
9.
It seems seems fine. There may be something actually just below the. There's cool coals. They look like they've been unburned, as if they were prepared to be lit at some time.
I don't think it would be a good idea.
I mean, there's coals. What do you think? I mean, unfortunately, poking the bear, as it were, is just exactly what we're doing. We're rampaging through this graveyard, trying to shake out some information that can get us home.
What if we went over to the stairs on the far side and you used your burning jet of flame to light the brazier from over there?
I could, as long as it doesn't melt the bolt. It's a possibility. I could try it.
Okay.
Do you have firebolt?
No, but I've got like a lot of fire stuff. Hold on.
I was thinking of cantrips that you could use that
No.
would not involve spending spell levels to light
No, I have Ray
a
of
possible
Frost, Chill
trap
Touch.
because you're.
I mean, I could just chill touch everyone when we get
String
warm.
cat is nesting in your hood.
Oh my gosh, she is.
She is working her way
Hold on.
into the hood. I saw
Sorry.
movement down there. I'm sorry.
to take a picture.
I mean, Mage Hand could.
You could drop.
You
You
could-
could use it to drop.
Yeah, you could light a torch. You guys have torches
Yeah.
in one of your packs. One of
Yes.
you has either the Dungeoneering or Explorers pack. You'll have torches.
I don't.
I do. I have a torch.
Okay, so you
Oh.
pull out a torch.
Well, this would make it so that I won't have to worry about lighting the entire room into smelting. So, all right, if you light the torch, I'll try and let's all get back. All right. So we're all shimmying backward to a defendably safe, not under.
I'm looking at the floor. I'm going to look at the floor as we go, just to make sure that there's no more raised squares or anything.
Ooh. Well,
Okay, I see it.
No, I'm going to
Yeah.
take that as cocked, even though it's
All right.
flashing.
It was cocked.
I'm going
it
to
was
take
a
it
little
as cocked.
there was a wee bit of cock.
And that would be an 11.
Nothing that you
Altogether with
can
my
see out of the
perception.
ordinary.
All right. I don't know if there's anything else, but we should proceed with caution regardless.
Very well.
So you
Okay.
light the torch and let her mage hand take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it like
You see
mimics
the
out the.
the torch hovers its way across, and you're taking shelter in the like little hallway area,
Yeah.
Over-
just before the hallway where
before-
you
just
came
bef-
in.
No, we're going to the other.
Oh.
We were going to the other side to
We can do
the
that
stairway.
if you think
You're
that's
going to the
better.
stairway?
That's what I thought we would do.
There's also 4 doors. I did point out in this room as well.
Oh, there are 4 doors in here too?
Yeah, 2 on each on the north wall and 2 on the south wall.
Do either of those...
You kind of initiated
Black
combat
hero
with
now.
some.
All right. But before we do this with the brazier, then let's look at these other doors. Let's look at these other doors quick. Do they have writing on them similar to the ones from the other room?
Not really. These are plain stone slabs that look like they're kind of ajar mostly.
They're somewhat open.
They're somewhat opened. They're not sealed. They weren't shut and then.
Hildebrand, if your dancing lights could illuminate, maybe we could peer through without actually entering.
All right.
Okay.
Us Scooby-Dooing through the door.
Yeah.
Which door are you? There's north, west, northeast, southwest, southeast.
We came in through...
You came in from the west.
East.
No, you came in from the west. Remember,
Oh, that's right. This shifted because we
it rotated around.
Okay.
It
Well,
throws
then
off
I
our
gotta
poor
gotta
map
change-
directions.
I
here.
gotta change my cardinal direction.
Why'd you scribble it out? It's an erasable pen, woman.
I don't use erasable pens. Like, it defeats the purpose. Like, why is it a pen if it's erasable?
Because it looks nice and you can still erase it.
Then it's not permanent.
I'm sorry, the archival Sharpie. Pen isn't permanent either.
We're
Jared.
playing table games. You don't want
So-
permanent.
My weird... Was it? So it's east now?
Yeah, the cardinal directions are all
Oh
askew.
my god. Okay. Here you go.
We don't have a... Wait. Don't you have some sort of natural sense that you can tell which direction we're facing?
I mean, this is...
I'm disoriented.
Yeah, I would not expect
That's
you to...
that's a ranger thing. That's natural
Yeah.
explorer.
If
I
we
thought
were
you had
out,
the same sort of natural
if we
thing.
were outside, I would be able to tell based on the sun because nature. But I don't. Just
She can make
like,
survival checks and stuff. for
Yeah,
that.
I mean, when we tried having you roll survival when we were outside with the sun, we decided, oh, this is not natural.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll check out.
So you came in from the west,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 2 doors on your left, 2 doors on your right, and then there's straight ahead is the stairway down. On the eastern side of the room.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I would think we needed to keep going further down. We run the risk of rousing any others that may be sleeping in these rooms, but it's up to you guys.
Maybe we should just go ahead and go down to the stairs and ignore the other doors.
Do we want to light?
Let's still try to light the brazier as long as we can be out of reach of the room. Are the steps in the room, or are they at like the other end of the room, the way we came in from the hallway?
Yes,
on the other side?
they're the wall cuts away, and then there's stairs leading down
And that's directly opposite the hallway.
that you came from. Yes,
So there's an opening.
and it's a nice
here.
wide, like 12-foot wide
So
opening
that's
leading
where
down
we'll
these
go
stairs.
there, and then I'll take the torch. I'll press the digitate the flame to light the torch.
Okay. And she's going to take it with her mage hand, and we're doing this now. Okay. And
We'll
light
be ready to run down the
coals.
stairs if worse comes to worse.
You hear a hiss and a crackle, and then you see one of the most disturbing, skin-crawling things you'd ever seen. A nest of 100 scorpions pour out the edge of the bowl
Nope, we're going.
Okay.
We're going.
and start climbing up the
Nope.
foot.
Nope.
Up the foot.
Yes, the large foot that came down.
Yeah.
They start crawling up the sides of it.
Wait. What? Why do you think they're doing that?
You check. You go check.
Then
That's
they come
disgusting.
down.
I could. I do.
Oh, they don't
have
go
the
up
power.
They don't go
ceiling?
up all the way, and then they come back down and they start scattering.
No.
Let's go.
heading towards the doors.
Okay, we're leaving.
Okay.
Nope.
Gonna run through the scorpions.
What?
No.
we're by the stairs.
Oh, you went to the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
all right,
entire
all
We
right.
made that. We specifically.
Okay.
we were doing-
Sorry.
we were
I'm
yeah.
also making sure I'm reading from
That's
you know
fair.
where my maps
Yeah.
and stuff.
No,
my
no,
notes.
sorry. We prioritized
Exit.
yeah, exit strategy. Distrusting as our crew is.
All right.
Leaving. What a good idea.
As you get to,
I think we could agree on that one today.
Okay.
you walk down a small, I'd say,
You'll need a new map card.
I know.
It's a new level.
it's like a 10-foot stair.
Okay, so
I've got the dancing light globes.
And then you reach a landing. And it's a T-split landing. And heading back west, it's a stairway leading down to your left, and a stairway leading down to your on your right, both of them heading west. It's kind of like those old stairwells. You go down, and then you turn, but this is more of a stadium stairwell where you go down, and then there's two options to go further down.
There's two options to go the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm partial to left, but is there any, she's kind of like peering around with the dancing lights bouncing across the room. Is she able to see if there's anything, any writing, any further murals?
It's more, these are more abstract depictions of solar images and more, they look more to be godly representations.
And they're both similar on left and right. It's not like
From what you can see, they seem very similar.
I think I drew this right.
I mean, if I don't know, there's nothing really here that delineates left from right in terms of what we're seeing.
I'll bring more of the dancing lights over to the left staircase,
Okay.
and take so it'll be a little bit brighter,
And you're going to
and I'm going to look down,
make a perception test.
and that will be a 17.
You see one of the steps looks like it's a little bit higher than the others. Like 4 or 5 steps down. It's a simple grade of steps down, but then one of them just a little bit higher than the
All right.
others.
Go over to the right staircase, same thing.
Make a
Converge
perception test.
and that would be a 15.
You don't see anything on this side. It looks like a simple 10-foot stairwell down into a room that you can see a little bit of light in, actually. There's
The other
illumination coming from the bottom room where
Of
this
the right.
both sides actually.
Oh, both
I'm
sides,
sorry.
all right.
oh.
So they
I
do-
realized the room you were looking into, and there is light in this room.
So both steps do lead to the same destination.
Yes.
All right. There's definitely one of those pressure plates in the steps on the left staircase. I couldn't see anything on the right, though.
Right, it is then.
Well, we already know where the trap is on the left staircase. Maybe that would be better.
Do you want to trigger it, or do we want to try and step over it?
It's one step that seems to be the fourth step down seems to be off kilter. It seems to be a little bit of a higher step than the others are. So, would it take a dex roll to overstep the step?
Not really. I wouldn't force you to make a dex roll for it.
So we could go down that way technically if we avoid.
I'm not going to make you roll to walk. It was a little bit much.
I just want to make sure because with skipping steps. That's
I
all.
mean, I'm just suspicious that the other step doesn't have any issues. Okay, let's go down that way.
All right. Well, I'll go first. I'll go down cautiously, overstep the one step. I will not jump. I will just overstep.
Okay.
I will watch carefully. Very carefully.
As you step over, look behind you. You can see the small gap where there's a second layer. Just below a thin piece of stone that covers the whole step.
Yes, there's some sort of like extra layer over the step.
You can disarm them as well. You have thieves' tools. You
Yes.
have the ability to do that.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Maybe after you come down.
Okay. So we're all
I'll also give you a small hint. Just as Lanira learned the language by studying the hieroglyphs, one might learn tendencies and gain bonuses as you travel along. You know what I mean?
All right, so there's a gap in here.
Yes, there's a small gap in the stair, and so there's like the top part of it, which is maybe half an inch of stone. Then there's a small, like, eighth of an inch gap of darkness. And then there's the rest of the stair coming down. And on either end, there's two little toggles of wood.
We could still go right.
He's already stepped over it. He's examining it from the other side.
Does this look the same as the
Pressure plates?
pressure plates under the
No, it's a little bit different.
It's a little bit different. I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Roll to disarm. This is your thieves' tools. If you have if you have
I have the thieves, so that gives me advantage. Yes.
no, thieves' tools gives you proficiency.
So you would
So
add
it's
the 3.
Dex plus your proficiency bonus plus the D20.
Plus jack of all trades.
So a total of 10.
You start fiddling with it, and you're just about to get it, and your hand slips. But it wasn't enough to set off the trap. You know it's still active, but you did not disarm it. But you got to see something a little bit underneath. You saw that this step is more clay than the surrounding stone, and there's some rather nasty looking barbed spikes underneath.
All right. So it's a false top. So it's, in other words, if somebody had stepped on it, their foot would have gone through it.
Through and probably, yeah.
All right. So this isn't a pressure plate. This is apparently a false step. There are spikes underneath within the step. So
From what you saw, this was the only step that was
like that.
this.
So we should be good the rest of the way.
Yes.
Well, you're leading the way,
So just
we'll find out.
come down.
And you don't have to roll to step over it.
Okay.
He points it out. It's obvious.
Yeah.
He's standing right next to it. You guys can step over it easy.
carefully.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go down to the foot of the stairs and look into the room.
At the foot of the stairs, you look upon a room of splendor. Another room seems to mirror the one above, 50 by 50. Along either side are 6 glittering deep blue pillars that set off the golden armor worn by a skeletal soldier standing before each one, the colors mixing and dancing in the light. The walls here are gold, painted and inlaid to create magnificent murals. And the ceiling shows not the knight, the bright noon sky. The golden sun hanging directly overhead. The rays of the sun stretch out to every corner of the room, and the floor below is a matching explosion, a mosaic of colored tiles and small gems forming an elaborate abstract pattern that somehow evokes thoughts of waves and forests and warm spring days. At the far end of the room stands a low platform, and atop that sits an imposing golden throne. A massive black onyx scarab set at its crest. And you can feel that oppressive sun truly bake your flesh.
And that's where. Oh, you had that look on your face like we were going to stop.
We got time.
Okay. All right.
More of them.
I would say
12 in all, 6 on each side,
Oh,
each one in front of a pillar of blue.
in plate armor.
Oh god.
Glittering golden plate.
I mean, I have a feeling if I were to look at this,
You might
in the
not see
winds-
something the same.
No, not even that. This place is just blanketed in the like necromancy of this place. I don't know if anything would stand out. Or just assume. Let's just assume that as soon as we go in there, things will be terrible. That's what we got. But hopefully, there's something in there that may make it easier. I mean, look at the transformation. We started in this place. All the murals were night. Now we're getting closer to day. There's at least a change.
We're getting closer.
The thing is, too, also remember that time seems to be standing still in the city itself. I wonder if that has anything to do with these mosaics.
Well, if we're gonna kill these skeletons,
Well-
we have the advantage of.
You just want to
Planning.
desecrate this tomb like right now, and just like
What do you think's gonna happen?
As soon as we
Same
get-
thing that happened the last 2 times.
Well, first, why don't you take a look at the room? Even if it's blanketed, something might give you a clue.
I'm sorry. All right. So she's gonna open up her senses again. Her eyes kind of taking those pinpricks of silver in the wells of darkness, and kind of scan the room very like systematically, starting from one side and sweeping.
You're gonna get blinded
Make
by that
perception
throne. though.
tests.
Yeah, I have a feeling. None of my die are treating me well today, guys.
Use that one.
Fine.
I'm gonna get yelled at.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's a lose-lose situation for you.
It's fine.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
You notice, now that you're actually down in the room proper, that there is 4 more doors. 2 on the north, 2 on the south. On the other side of the pillars. On the north wall and south wall. The globe is an intense I forget the light wind. You have it written down, I know
Of
you
course
do.
I do.
I remember fire, but
Heish is the
Heish.
white wind.
White.
Yeah.
I thought it was white.
it's like the globe has captured a small storm of Heish inside of it. And it bathes the stone in a very uncharacteristically harsh energy that you would normally see from something like Heish. Almost reminds you of Akshi, the bright wind of fire.
So it's just the globe that seems to stand out. Everything else seems.
The globe in the ceiling does kind of stand out as the
Yeah.
magical thing, seeing as it's basically a miniature sun.
Yeah.
Everything else seems you still have that
Blanket of.
blanket of necromancy just kind of sits everywhere.
How thick is it over by that throne?
I mean, she was systematically scanning through the
It
entire
doesn't
room.
look like the throne has anything more than what's around.
So it's not a thick of fog around it then.
No, the entire place is about the same, but the fuck the throne. That's not important. The interesting thing is the globe. It stands out. It's like a beacon of the winds, the white winds, protective, warding. But it feels maybe entwined with the Akshi.
Could it be? This might be going a stretch, but could it be angry? Could it be some sort of spirit in there that's angry that it's imprisoned?
You didn't get any actual, like, it's not a ghost,
Yeah.
it's not a spirit, it's just energy.
It's just a magical energy. I don't think it's a being, an entity. But if this is somehow projecting that energy outward,
Might
Akshi,
have
fire, flames, that may be part of this extra.
Why we're here.
Why it's hot?
Pizza later?
I mean, yeah, yes. Sorry, you weren't asking me.
I wasn't
that.
asking you, I was asking him.
I mean, we could possibly damage it and see how that
Cool
goes.
it
for
down.
us.
Can you?
I mean, you were to desecrate this entire place anyway. I'm just saying maybe we. start
I'm
with
willing
that.
to desecrate this entire place if it means getting back home. Yes.
I mean, we have no answers of what's gonna actually help us, but it might make you feel better.
I think you're onto something with that globe. Maybe we could. Is there any way for us to?
I'm
Cool
not
it
going to do
down.
it. I'm not. I was going to do the Jack Burton Snake Plissken. Oh, the hell with it already. But no.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
Live your life.
That's a bad idea, I think.
That's very your character, though.
Yeah.
Not to say
While
that you're-
everyone's talking, you just get frustrated enough to pull your gun and fire.
actions, man. Make actions. We always are so slow to
Yeah.
make actions.
All right.
We like to
let's
chalk
see if this
things-
will work. Take out the repeater. And
Does it have
actually,
to
no.
roll?
No.
Simple pistol?
The duck. The duck foot.
Okay, you're just gonna scatter the whole ceiling at that. Actually, it's
Yeah,
out of
you're-
range.
Oh, it's out of the range
the
of the
duck,
duck foot?
of the
yeah.
duck foot. Yeah, it's your
That might
It's a
be bad.
20-foot tall.
A lot of ricochet
Room.
with that too.
Also, your duck foot only has a effective range of 15 feet. It's a
Ah,
15-foot cone.
All right. So then I'll use the repeater on it then.
All right, make a ranged attack roll.
Renaud, help me out here.
Wow.
I missed with that shot too. And
You fire, and the bullet careens far left. It's bright. The sun is in your
Yeah.
eyes. But that's not the most peculiar thing about what just happened.
oh no.
So you see the gunfire go off. As soon as the bullet passes in front of one of the skeletons, they snap their attention to the bullet and track it until it lands in the ceiling. They watch it for a good 5 seconds. And it was only the first 3 rows because the orb is like pretty much
It
in the
didn't
center.
pass beyond
It didn't
that,
pass
yeah.
beyond the 3. They all look up and then back into position.
Aha, so that was fortuitous at least. They're primed by motion, apparently.
I mean, I could try and hit it from here with something else, but if
So happy. Classic dungeon exploring kind of stuff going on. Sorry.
I love you. It's okay. Your joy is adorable, endearing.
Fuck off.
Good.
Do what you were going to do.
And she's asleep in the hood.
Oh my god, it's so cute, man. I got a picture for you later. I'll post it on our Discord.
I already did.
You posted it on Discord already?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Using your
Discord on
phone
my
during
laptop.
game. Listen.
Shit, I don't have Discord on my laptop.
Oh,
See?
I have it on my phone.
I have it on my phone too, actually.
People.
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
I have
So,
Diablo 3 on here. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So what? Even if that one. If we destroy the source of light, who's to say that they still won't come to life, and we just won't be able to see them then?
we'll be able to
I'll
see
be able
them.
to see them.
I
Well,
take
yes.
out my orb.
It's also
Just
true.
so it's here.
All right.
She's gonna try and chill touch hit the orb.
Make an attack roll.
Yeah,
I'll
cool
use
it
this
down.
one.
Do you have a
That's a good idea.
darkness spell by any chance?
That's racist. I shared something with you.
Wow.
I meant something like a shadow that would block out the light.
We know what you meant, and
It's
it
fine.
was
Natural 20.
in bad taste.
Natural 20.
Yes. Natural 20.
You are dead on target.
Okay, so
The chilled hand flies up.
Cool it down.
The skeletal frozen image that you've created out of this magic. As it's about to grasp it, it just melts away.
The sun is more powerful than your.
It didn't even do it didn't do anything.
with a natural 20.
That means you hit it really well.
I know.
So you hit it really well, and it didn't even get to reach it. About 5 feet away from it, your magic just dissipated and it melted away.
I mean, I'm trying to think of how we could possibly.
In the meantime, I will reload while she's doing that and figuring something out. I'm going to reload my.
I can't.
I'm going to reload the chamber.
I can shoot an arrow
Okay.
at it, but I shouldn't use any of my attacks because they're all light.
I mean, I could only cast invisibility for some of us. That would not help us.
There is a gap between the wall and the pillars, though.
Oh, there is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said
okay.
there are doors behind the pillars, too.
Well, then maybe we could edge
So
around there.
We can edge around it, perhaps. Yes.
I realized I might not have described that completely, but
So in other words, we're not. This
might have been
room is,
misinterpreted. is what I
this
should
room
say.
is like what I asked about the room up above, where
If there was the border.
there is like a border in this room,
more like an aisle.
an aisle.
Think like. Oh, God. Think like a room, the transporter room for the Choppa Eye. There's the thing at the end. There's a whole bunch of pillars, and there's a space behind the pillars.
All right. So
Sucks that literally.
How much Stargate did you watch while you were like?
I've been
planning this
binging
dungeon?
Stargate for the past
wonderful.
like couple of months. All right.
Great.
Plus, I had a fantasy Egyptian themed area that needed a language that wasn't just
Yeah.
me trying to speak Farsi
Yeah.
or
enjoy it.
find Egyptian. So
We
I just went with
appreciate it.
fucking Gwauld
I definitely dig it.
for language and
appreciate all the-
reference.
Jafar references and such.
Alright, so maybe we could just skirt through.
now there's no skeletons facing us at the moment.
No, they're all facing each other.
They're facing each other. So as
along
long
the
as,
central it's like a 15-foot wide central walkway leading up to the throne.
So as long as we don't break their line of sight, we should be all right.
I know you wanted to smash skeletons. I'm sure we could do more later.
I want to go to. All right, so let's go to the left.
Good a choice as any. I don't see anything else that would say
So south
The
wall.
other way.
Yes, and
Scoot along the south wall.
Scoot.
to that door.
First door?
Yes, is it open?
Yes. A little bit.
I have an idea because between the pillars, they might still be able to see us if we were to walk between the pillars. What if these doors are designed to avoid their line of sight? because the doors open up right behind the pillars.
I mean,
There's the. Yes and no. I mean, if you're just talking about blocking line of sight, that's what the pillars do. You
Yeah,
can run from pillar to pillar and not be in their sight.
So it's not a question of peripheral vision. I wanted to try to avoid that if possible. That's why I wanted to open up the door. And
Maybe,
look
but
inside.
but none of them are pointing sideways toward, like, it's big pillars,
All right.
and you can, if you're behind it, none of the skeletons on the other side would probably be able to see you. They're big enough pillars, like they are
Monuments.
2 yards wide.
All right. So we'd be able to go from pillar to pillar without them seeing us.
From what you can see, that
it sounds like sound logic, as it were. Blah, 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 blah.
All right. That's what we'll do then. We'll
go south into the first door.
right. And I just want to open it and look inside.
Okay. The door opens, and you find what looks like a desiccated storeroom. Bushels, crates, baskets, and pallets fill the floor here, holding the remains of what would have been bountiful produce, grain, other good foods.
And I'm going to close that door because Lord knows what is living inside each of these things.
All of it is pretty much crumbled to dust or some kind of just desiccated heap.
There's no opening further down, in other words. It's just a door. It's just a storage area in here. A closed off room.
It looks like a closed off room.
All right, so then we don't
Continue scooting
we just
further.
we'll
continue
just
scooting along the south wall.
Yes.
Commence scooting.
And you reach the second door on your left.
Now, at the end of this room is the throne.
The one that you're in, that you're scooting along the edge of? Yes.
But there's no apparent exit from this room other than where we came from.
And the 4 doors that
And
you've
these
been
four-
inspecting.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I just want to make sure there's no... The throne is like against a wall.
Yes.
The altar of that the throne is on is against a wall, so there's no exit behind the throne, in other words.
Yes.
All right.
From what you can see.
Open up this door.
Who's looking with him?
Leave your own peering.
Okay.
Curious as ever.
Nils was looking in another direction, kind of watching all your backs. So I need a corruption test from all 3 of you.
Ooh!
Do we get your...
No, you don't.
Is
I
it
don't,
flashing again?
No, wait.
Yes, it
You
is!
shit lord.
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
ban that die soon.
Yeah, I'm very...
I don't think.
You roll a lot of those.
I don't know. Ask him.
Do I get her friendship bonus?
Her friendship.
All 3 of you do. You'll get a
Okay.
+2 on top
so
of
it
the
was
roll.
only the charm thing that you didn't get it.
All right, so I
It
have...
was +2.
Oh, which is good. 6, 7, 8. I have a 10.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait, and 9. And what a wisdom?
Yeah.
9.
We're making some good sounds here, guys.
13?
14? Okay.
13.
This wasn't a difficult one. This was more of an insanity test. Because what the door opens to is startling.
What is that?
Beyond this door,
Hello there!
countless Nehekarans stand, ready to confront you.
Close the door.
But
Close the door.
until you realize, you quickly realize they're not moving. And they're all standing stiff. Arms bound across their chests. Hands up. Almost cupping their face to either side. And their heads are up. And they're all noiselessly screaming to the ceiling of this room.
Following the...
Close the door. Close the door.
Shouldn't
Okay, so are you saying that, or are you trying to?
Well, at first I was saying it, but after they ignored her, now she's gonna close it herself.
Okay then.
No. Don't want to know what happens if you wake them up. Don't want to know.
All right, let's walk back the way we came along the back of this wall, back up to where we were at the stairs, and we'll do the same.
Sweep the second room. Okay.
We're going to go on the other side along the right side and hit the first room and open that door.
Okay. As you make your way around, you realize that the skeletons really aren't responding to you when you're walking on the other side of those pillars. Like, even when you kind of peek through the pillar, it's almost like they can't see as far as the other side of the pillars.
It's like they're bound within the pillars.
It was because the bullet crossed their line of sight.
And into, if it were a circle, I would say it's very arcane in nature, but... So let's just stay out of that and continue scooting. I don't think we want to linger too much longer.
In proper Warhammer fashion, scoot your way to the north wall. This door slides open very easily, and you're greeted with a long, narrow, slightly dank-smelling room. On one side, an impressive map covers one full wall.
It's a big map.
A series of seats have been placed along the opposite wall beneath a series of plaques.
Can I borrow some of your paper?
You want to copy the map down?
Yeah.
And a door divides
Thank you.
the wall
I'll help.
on the other end. There's another door on the opposite side. This room seems to be about 15 feet long. So it's a 15-foot long, 10-foot high map. It's not exactly in the best condition. You kind of smell that decaying, clothy parchment smell. Not the pleasant smell of an old library, but it's musty in a bad way.
Well, the door on the opposite room, on the opposite wall, would indicate a way out of here. But should we go and check the other door first?
She kind of looks to Carmen and like back at the map. But we wanted to...
Yeah, I mean, time's standing still anyway. Might as well write down the map.
Or at least look it over. It could tell us...
How hurt are you right now?
What?
How hurt are you right now?
Fine.
All right.
I mean, I have a headache.
Aside from the shot to the head, yeah.
Yes.
Inspecting the map at all, or are you just standing in the doorway?
Oh,
okay.
no, we're going.
Looking at the map, you
We
see
have found something to bond over.
a kingdom laid out on this wall. You see a symbol that looks almost... It looks like an upside-down pyramid at the top of this kingdom. And then from there it spreads out, and you see pictographs of fields, slaves marching, and military units parading, and animals being herded and moved. It is a grand display, and all of it watched over by a great onyx scarab.
It seems like only the lands of Nehekara are on this map. We don't
Not
see it's
all
not
of
a world.
them. Make a history check.
No, I heard of the place too. So do I get a history check as well? Because I heard of I know where we were, where we seemed to be.
You can try, yeah.
Described it.
20.
I rolled a natural 20. Not on the Think Geek die. Please go ahead and verify that.
It's not on the Think Geek die.
there would be a small rave happening in his dice tray otherwise.
Yes. Yes.
It's a large swath of Nehekaran territory, but it is not all of Nehekara. And you can see along the bottom, a great river pretty much runs along the bottom of the map, giving you the idea of, since you guys rolled so well, this map might actually be on a different orientation than what you traditionally think of. Because most maps in the Empire are keyed to the Sea of Claws, which is directly north. That's a simple border. And north, south, east, west is always the way it's done. In Nehekara, their orientation is the Great River. So this actually runs from your left is the north, to your right is the south.
Okay.
I'm going to take away your things later, Kev.
What?
Summoning the map song.
Is he
Bastard.
posting the map song link?
No, he wrote it in chat and I sang it in my head and it made me upset.
So north
No
to
cookies for
south
you
is,
later.
is left to right?
Yes.
Hmm. Well, that's interesting.
Alright, that means we should be...
Cultural development.
That means, well, the thing is, that also does give us something of a hint as to how this particular place is laid out.
Did they name the river?
There is no wording written on the river.
Would we know it
And-
from modern maps? Because we knew the area.
Not
that
really.
No, this is.
Nehekara is
area
a
where we
dead
were.
kingdom. It's a dead kingdom that you that has barely any history books about it. And even then, Nehekarans, from what you've been gathering so far, love labeling things. The river has no name. Almost as though it needs none.
We should keep going down this hall. I mean, given our options of rotten
This-
storehouse, army of the damned, map room,
I like map room.
right?
Yeah.
I think so.
What about the other door, though, down in the corner? Should we check it out, though, just to make sure?
Well, it's going further down the room. If you go further into the room, that you end up at the door.
No, I mean...
He means the other door
in the
that we
throne
have
room.
scoot at.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You'd have to
that we would
scoot
have
too.
to scoot down to the
I
to that
guess
door.
we might as well check that before we continue.
And Lanier's gonna keep kind of looking over the map and just like trying to absorb things. I'll be here.
Alright, don't go anywhere.
All right, so we'll go and open the final door.
The one that's still in the great
In the great
sun chamber.
Yes.
All right. As you open this room, I need Brand to make a corruption test.
Oh no, it's full of jewels.
Yeah, it's treasure, ain't it?
And that would be a 17.
Did you get my bonus?
That would be a 19.
Yeah.
Your eyes glint for a moment.
Oh god.
You're turning me into Daffy Duck here.
Because-
I understand. Mine. Go, down.
At first, the room looks like a large storeroom similar to the other, as it's just filled with items. Most of the walls are covered with hanging objects, and more items are stacked on the floor, some even hanging from the high ceiling. But most don't seem very practical. They seem ceremonial. And many are single items, while others appear in some quantity. Next to each is a small, glittering golden plaque. Jewels and gold festoon the items about the walls, ceiling, and floor, dancing in the light of his dancing lights.
Those are terrible sounds.
Okay.
Oh, stop. That wasn't code make more.
This isn't what we were looking for. Let's go. Come on.
Any bracers?
Like forearm bracers?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find this room is filled with just random items. So
Could you imagine Yosef coming into this room?
yeah,
Is there a large sack in here anyplace?
you find a pair of bracers,
All right. Is
gold encrusted.
there a plaque next to it?
Why yes,
It's in the.
it's in Hikarin.
Let's go.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
I'm not going to take it yet, but
I'll tell you what. We can come back
That's-
for it.
that's what I was going to say. If we can get Linnea in here, there's no door out of this room, is there?
Not from what you can see at first glance. Make a perception test.
Linear, realizing they're not coming back right away, just starts scooting.
16.
6 again.
You're not even in there to look.
She's not. No, she's starting to come to them because they were taking a little
okay.
bit. And now she's
Then
like,
when you get
getting
into the
nervous.
room, make a perception test.
Okay.
16.
16?
Yes.
Doesn't look like there's any
Natural 20.
off to the left. Linear spots what looks like the dust fills the cracks, but you can see the outline of a door embedded in the wall. It's almost like elves have a preternatural ability to find secret doors.
She just kind of zones past them, not really giving any mind to all the treasure. She's like, and just goes to put her hand to dust off a little bit.
You're able to move the dust away from the door, and you're able to find a small. It's a second square, and as you press in, it like rotates sideways, kind of giving you a way to reach in and grasp to pull.
And she pulls her hand away, not really wanting to put her hand in the darkness.
Did you see this? You guys were
As she
taking
points it out, you're
a
able
while.
to
Hmm.
take
Well,
another look
actually,
at
I
it.
was going to ask if you could read some of these plaques in here on these, next to each of these items.
He wants the bracers.
I'll make you a deal. You make sure this isn't going to chop my hand off, and I'll look at some of these plaques.
All right, so I'll
No,
I'll
they're
examine
making
the I'll examine
The door.
the little secret door.
Okay. As you look at it, you realize that the small portion where you can put your hand through, there's a locking mechanism behind it. Even if you tried to move the door, you're fairly sure you wouldn't be able to, as it seems locked. And as you do that, Linear begins to look at all the plaques.
Yes, she's generally just reading them all,
Make
not just the one.
Make a history check,
Okay.
because there's no languages skill in this game. Sorry. I
Um,
like D&D 5e. It's not a perfect game, though.
16.
Okay. At first, they seem like nonsense, just random jumbles of proper symbols, and then you start to realize their names and a listing of what was offered. You're starting to get a feeling that this is a tributary room. This is where, when he was buried, they put the most valuable offerings, which also kind of explain the bushel of apples, three high, and well, you were so busy looking at the other stuff, you didn't let me actually fully describe that part. A miniature, like a small baby elephant with armor. Taxidermied, it looks like, though. in the left corner of the room. All of them with some kind of name and offered, and then a listing of what it is. A plaque catalog, so to speak.
Like I said, could you imagine Yosef in this room?
As she's trying to like look through the different items.
So you have the locked door, you have the plaques.
All right, so there's a locked door behind the secret little panel here, then, or a locking mechanism of some sort.
From what you can see, yes.
All right, I will try to pick the lock.
Okay, it's a thieves' tools check.
And I will invoke Renauld. And we're still able to use inspiration, yes?
Nice.
When you
So
need
he's
to
getting
vote-
rid of
The
it.
inspiration point.
He's took it away.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
took it away.
Took it away.
It
Oh.
didn't feel
What do you mean by
terribly
invoke
Warhammer.
Renauld?
Just like Renauld.
Oh, okay, all right, I gotcha.
Just a basic.
I thought you were trying to do a game mechanic thing, and you were
just
using
a basic prayer. Of
prayer.
luck.
Okay.
And that would be an 11 altogether.
You start working into it, and you realize this is a very difficult lock. And as you're mindlessly thinking about it, you actually snap your thieves' tool. And I need you to make a dex check.
And that will be a 21.
You're able to move your face out of the way as a barrage of poison needles fly from several hidden barrels that were near the mechanism, and they embed in the wall opposite the door behind you.
Okay then.
Everybody hears.
That's why I didn't open the door.
Now, this locking mechanism, is it shaped in a certain way?
It looks like a simple round key locking. Like the key the key itself looks like it might have been a cylinder of some kind.
Everybody look for a cylinder.
A cylinder? What do you mean? Like
To use it as a key. This has
Oh.
a special certain key, like some sort of round cylindrical object to
I mean, I think-
slide into it.
These are all possibly tributes to the dead. I don't know if they would keep the keys here, but possibly the map room. But we'll go here as well. And she was going through it before. Did she possibly see anything that maybe looked in that?
Nothing that looks like a key so
Okay.
far. You guys can make perception tests though. Investigation checks actually for searching a room for a specific item.
So that would be an unnatural 20 then, with my jack of all trades.
Everybody else?
13.
A 1.
Oh.
What wall?
Well, it was a 2, but -1 because you said investigation.
Oh!
And
Ow.
I
You're
have-
too busy being angry at Bran for setting off traps.
Yeah.
Uh,
She kind of just walks off. She's gonna check the map room.
as you're searching through, you realize there's probably nothing in here. There might have been something for a builder or an architect that had access to that key specifically. You know, you could try again, but every time you try, you might take a little bit longer.
As Carmen walked off, she looks to Hildebrand. Did you find anything?
No, there's no apparent key in here of any sort.
I know you asked me to look at these to possibly take. Considering their offerings to the dead, I don't know if that would be the best idea. But I have another one.
She kind of rummages through her bag, and she produces the
Little amethyst mosaic. She's like, truce?
Truce.
I wouldn't know how to sell this. Please take this. It's heavy.
Make a let's see.
I see it.
Is it a
It's actually amethyst, by the way.
I like
craft
amethyst.
test?
Yeah. Listen, you find weird things in the apartment and trying to
Wow.
find reasons to have them.
I like amethyst.
We're currently in a temple, so.
Damn it.
Oh, I'm going to hear that voice again now.
I have a craft. Is there like there's a craft skill, or I was thinking of some kind of trade skill, economics or something like that, that might. Of course, they don't have the skills list in this. Oh, wait. Aha. No, they do. Okay. Make an insight check.
And that would be a total of 11.
It's expensive. You don't know how much exactly that it's worth, but you do know that it would take a probably make a bit of coin off of it if you sold it at a market.
Just take it, please. Honestly, if you ever try and hurt me again, I can't promise I will hold back, but I will say I apologize for snapping.
She's apologizing while Carmen's out of the
Yeah,
room.
well, we had our entire huge fight when you were like having your Sigmar like church thing, which is really funny.
Praise Sigmar.
Yeah. Listen, you have no idea what it. When you found out that your skills were not just skills, they were magical, and I told you that if anyone found out, they could kill you straight out. You at least had someone to tell you, like, hey, you know, don't do that, you know, we'll make sure no one finds out. There was a period of time where I didn't have any of that. I have been hiding who I am, where I am from for a very long time. And most people would maybe not appreciate that information. And I know that you were otherwise, but at the same time you also did attack me, and it's hard to process knowing a lifetime of information that says otherwise. So bear with me.
I do understand. I apologize as well. I took it as some sort of darkness you were under, like the corruption that.
Nils is just popcorn in the corner.
I
love my stories.
Soaps.
Nils will tell me later.
Nils.
He's a good
Nils
squire.
played Despacito for me.
Oh my god. Continue.
And I win the internet.
Continue. Sorry.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
It's just that I thought you were under some sort of darkness, and foolishly I tried to do something to shock you out of it. The way I tried to shock Carmen out of that whole charm thing when she first talked to the boy. If you'll recall, I did the same thing to her. But I do apologize as well.
I can't say it's going to be easy to trust, but if you're okay with me trying to learn to do that.
I don't I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I know that's what the Sea Elves taught and preached, but I didn't listen to too much they were saying anyway. I never did, because I didn't want to be there in the first place. But I know not to take things at face value after living with my father as I did. So that's why I had no problem. I was just concerned, as I said. But we'll leave it at that. And yes, I apologize too, and I accept your apology. I hope you'll accept mine.
And with that heartwarming moment.
I was looking for the key. Do I find the key?
In that time, you went to the other room and started looking. But we will pick up there next time.
Next Thursday.
Next
Thursday.
Hanging out, everybody. Remember, until we see you next time, which is Monday. Until then, remember to stay evil. Push the button, Kevin.
No, we didn't say our
No, we
names.
didn't say our names.
Say our
Our
name.
names are above our heads.
I'm Connery. With me has been
Cassandra Lee.
Ryuko.
And Yield Dragon.
Thank you, everybody. Remember, until Monday, we see you again. Stay
Cross his
evil.
face.
Push the fucking button, Kevin.